Hey landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. As I said just a moment ago, this week is so long that it became March. It started in February, and now it's March the 1st. Which incidentally is Tech's birthday. Happy birthday, Tech! Woo! He's currently on the road to like a random shoot. I feel kind of bad about it. Anyway, yeah, there's some residual chat in chat about me ranting on the state of modern politics and not getting really deep, just like the meta context of like how stupid it is and how stupidly impossible it is for people to get out a message to like hundreds of thousands of people without having like a massive budget. It just feels like the whole thing is like weighted in an unbelievably stupid way. Shouldn't have booked that shoot for him. Yeah, you're right, I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Gave up on tech support. Yeah, I mean, it's a tall order. Anyway, welcome, Demolition. We just started recording. We haven't even done any recap. Last time on Sam and Max Saved the World, we entered our third episodic installment from the classic Telltale series, wherein we had to investigate the Toy Mafia, who we previously learned was responsible for hypnotizing local TV celebrity Myra Stump, who in turn had like held captive an entire audience and was like berating people on not exactly national television. And as we investigated their organization, we had to cheat at cards. We had to create a mafia front for some of their products. We had to stage a murder, and all got very complicated. And at the end of the day, we learned that the carpet didn't match the drapes, and that the missing mole informant that we were looking into had actually turned and taken over the organization. He tried to hypnotize us, which wasn't entirely effective because we've made proper preparations for that at this point, and we thwarted their plans. But in the wake of our inevitable destruction of that scenario, one of the various mafiosos from the organization removed their giant, like, animatronic bear head mask, revealing that they were what appeared to be some sort of Secret Service agent. And spoiler alert, tonight's installment is called Sam Max Chapter 4, Abe Lincoln Must Die. And I was reflecting on it a little bit. I can't say that I remember all the nuance of every plot of every episode in the Telltale series following this, but I think it may literally be the case that like every individual episode plot from this point forward is like in and of itself pretty absurd. That's not to say that we've been doing like normal stuff all along, but like, I mean, once we get into this, I think it will hopefully be apparent as to like, it's just weird. It's just gonna get weird. Couple other points of business. Indeed, we did have to infiltrate Ted Ebear's mafia-free casino and playland, which is a very good and stupid name, which I like very much. We do also, as you may see in chat, we've unveiled our final holiday seasonal emote. Starting with the fall of last year, I was unveiling the emote project from last year, which was to have a rotating seasonal emote slot. And guess technically I have all of these to showcase them, right? Because that's how this works. So there's fall. There's winter. There's spring, and now also, I guess we started at the very end of summer, didn't we? Sort of forgot that. The first, like, proper unveiling was fall, but there you go. There's the 4 of them. They're all reskins of existing emotes if you've been around for a little while. But, yeah, I'm interested to see which ones people like or resonate most with. But I think that's something that we'll sort of figure out over time. For now, I think we've sufficiently summarized what we did last time, which leaves us with hopefully having everything work correctly. I tested it, but you never know. Hooray! Awesome. Cool. Great. Well, as the title says, Abe Lincoln must die, and so we must play. How's my week been? My week has been great, but also mixed. I'll give you a little explainer on that once. What is that rotary phone? Is nonsense.
I am reborn. I will feast on your entrails and devour your soul.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
You know, Max, sneaking the bug into that exorcism was an uncharacteristic stroke of genius.
Demonic possession is the gift that keeps on giving.
What? Oh, Commissioner. No, that was, Max's aunt. Yes, 14 packs a day. What's that? Yes? Yes? No! Yes? Sweet Suffering Saint Sebastian on the sousaphone in a short story by Susan Sontag. We're on our way.
Let me guess. Our friendly neighborhood demon just burnt down another monastery.
No, Max, we have a far more bloodthirsty adversary this time. The President of the United States of America.
Who?
The man's gone nuts. He's enacting all kinds of crazy new laws.
What else is new?
Federally mandated group hugs before, during, and after all major sporting events.
So?
He's curtailing civil liberties, threatening the environment.
Hey, that makes 3 of us.
And he's about to introduce mandatory gun registration.
Get the keys.
Their first cold open. All the others have just opened with, like, a musical intro sequence. Anyway, yeah, I sort of let myself lean into the political tirade knowing that we were about to embark on this particular chapter of its relevance. By the way, that little cockroach we were using to do the exorcism gag, that was our Bosco gadget from the last chapter, the organic listening device. A cockroach that can hide someplace and then eavesdrop and perfectly replicate whatever he hears, including, like, the tone and quality of the voice, which is interesting. Episode 4, Abe Lincoln must die!
I have to point out, Sam, that we could have avoided this gruesome accident if you just let me drive.
And I have to point out that we could have avoided this gruesome accident if you hadn't jumped on my head shouting Jersey Devil, and firing your gun out the window.
I swear that woman was a dead ringer for him.
Well, here we are, standing in an open field west of the White House.
Let's go bring the hammer down on that so-called commander-in-chief.
Yeah, so just to answer Devilish's question, since I sort of dove right in with my own agenda of sorts, my week's been pretty good. It's been extremely exhausting. I think I actually mentioned on stream, like, mid-late last year that I was excited for a tour of one of my favorite British music groups to come to the United States. It was supposed to happen in November, and then, like, at the very last second, like the day of one of the tour dates that my friend was going to go to, they pushed everything back to February and even canceled that tour date upstate from here, up near San Francisco. So that ended up happening this week, which is why I'm wearing my fancy new S Club shirt, which I got at the concert. I went with, as my mom, who is in chat, points out, I went with my parents and my friend, who could no longer go to that canceled tour date. And it was great. It was a really great show. It was a venue I'd never been to before, the Orpheum Theater here in Los Angeles. And, yeah, the merch line was something else. My friend and I were both pretty dedicated to trying to get something at the show because Spin has never come to the United States before, and we've liked them for a really long time. And so we got in line pretty much right as we got there, which was only like a few minutes after doors opened, around 7. And it took us like an hour to get through that line, and when we got in it, it was relatively short. There was like an entire like lounge that was just like the merch line snaking back and forth forever. I think some people are still in that line, and it doesn't even make any sense. But it was great. The only problem is it did mean that I was out late hanging out with friends I don't normally get to see on Monday, and then out pretty late for the show on Tuesday because it got off to a late start. And then dead on Wednesday, pretty much spending that whole day to recover, and then struggling to be productive yesterday when I finally got last week's VODs online. And now it's today, and we're streaming again. So I'm a little tired and definitely irritable about the whole primary thing. And, you know, all of that just goes to reinforce my point that there's been none minutes for me ever to have tried to research these local elections until, like, negative 2 days ago. By which I mean Sunday. Hey, Critchwich, welcome to the stream. So yeah, interesting that we find ourselves in a new environment. We're not starting on our usual street that we've established in the previous chapters. We've pretty much just started, for those just joining us. And we've heard that the president in the fictional world of the Freelance Police is up to no good, which is like a bunch of hot-button political issues combined with something that's really quite a problem for the two of us, which is they want gun control, and, well, we're like angry cartoon animals, so...
Hey, my missing boxing glove!
It's always in the last place you look.
We're just not even gonna address how it could have gotten here? That seems
Please do
normal.
not feed the submarine.
What can you feed a submarine, anyway?
Nothing. Weren't you listening?
That somehow strikes me as a cotillion joke. Very sardonic and clever.
The White House pool. Most secure waiting pool on Earth. Jimmy?
Oh, great! What are you guys doing here?
Oh, just saving the world. What are you doing here?
I happen to take my vacations at the White House, and I needed a little R&R. Speaking of which, beat it.
I keep finding myself surprised at how not relevant Jimmy Two Teeth has been largely to the first season of Telltale Sam Max. I thought he was about on par with Sybil in terms of relevance. Don't recommend taking the gun into the White House. Listen! Your good advice doesn't apply to the cartoon world of the Freelance Police. We can do whatever we want, including unending violence, pretty much.
Valet parking, $2. Way to knock down that deficit.
That'll teach him. Can I have this?
Post no bills. I'm surprised this sign survived the Clinton administration.
Ayo, zinger.
Suspect yourself.
That's so Madonna.
Hey, this phone only takes Susan B. Anthony dollars.
It must be one of those stupid 555 phones.
Yes, actually. 555-1984.
Hey, Sam, did I ever mention how I've memorized pi to 1,000 decimal places? It's 3.14159265358979.
Do you have a piece of paper handy?
You want to write down the phone number?
I remember the number. I want to write myself a reminder to smother you with a pillow in your sleep.
Oh, I do love Sam and Max. Just don't... As something of a writer myself, I'm always, like, fascinated by and impressed with things that I just, like, don't understand how someone writes them, and I include Sam and Max on that list.
Room for rent. I guess the country really is hard up for cash.
Just trying to make sure I don't miss any points of interest after the debacle of missing that ace of spades last time.
Your name here. For naming rights to this building, please contact the Office of Desperation Accounting.
Oh boy, can we, Sam? Please?
We'll see, little buddy.
We'll see how much of a particular nonsensical currency we can accumulate this time. We've been escalating over the course of this season.
Step aside, buddy. Freelance Police.
Just a moment, sir. Papa Bear, this is Super Ball. Possible situation at the front door. Talking dog and, rabbit trying to gain
Rabbity
access to the
thing,
OO. Please advise,
Lagomorph.
over.
Super Ball?
Yeah, that's a negative on the access permissions, sir. I'll have to ask you and your little friend to step away from the White House.
Doggy Daddy, this is Loose Cannon. Request permission to pants this goon. Over.
Before we try physical violence, Max, let's try dazzling the man with our razor-sharp wit and labyrinthine logical conundrums.
Ah, emotional violence. Good plan.
I do love some good emotional violence.
Did you call yourself Super Ball?
Codename, sir. I'm a bouncer. Secret Service humor.
And who's Papa Bear?
Section Chief. runs the operation, protects the president.
Oh, Super Bowl. I get it.
Don't you get bored guarding this door?
It's a rewarding job, sir. Doing my part, keeping the president safe.
Hey, Super Bowl. I'd like you to smell these 2 handkerchiefs and tell me which one smells more like chloroform.
Not now, Max.
Yeah, wait a couple minutes.
Is that all you do? Guard this door?
That's my primary assignment, sir.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. Try to guess it while I drop increasingly heavy weights near your head.
What's your secondary assignment?
Varies. Receptionist, maintenance, light grounds work, public relations.
Public relations?
I'm a people person, sir.
I like that we seem to just be doing, like, clever cop, violent cop. Where, like, Sam is trying to find a way in, and every exchange, Max is just like, what about this form of torture? Also, hi, Neko, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the continued resub of Angel's gift sub. I swear, didn't you renew that last week? I feel like I just saw that when I was, like, posting VODs yesterday. Anyway, welcome. You haven't missed much. I'm off to a slow start. Don't worry about it. How you doing, Neko? So, I think the point there is that we could probably call that phone to distract him. But we'll get around to that later, maybe.
Let us in, pal. We're Freelance Police. Here to save the president.
I thought we were here to stop the president by any means necessary.
I was going to wait to mention that part, Max.
Either way, sir, you can't get inside. Orders.
Seriously, Jack, let us in. It's a national emergency.
No can do, sir.
It's going to be tougher than I thought to trick this goon and get inside.
I heard that, sir. And it's going to be impossible.
Hey, no fair. You're not supposed to listen to casual asides.
It's in the job description, sir. Report all stage whispers, soliloquies, and casual asides to the proper authorities.
Curse them! They've thought of everything!
They
Find
really
a security
have.
force in the world, sir.
Truly, we're, like, escalating the difficulty, because last week we, like, very literally got away with that same thing in the Mafia-free casino. You're not wrong, Neko. It is March, which means that it's a whole new month from last week, but that's not typically how Twitch resub windows are factored. But yes, the new month does mean that we have our final holiday emote on display, the spring emote, which is Lucky St. Patrick's Squirtle.
I want to talk to your manager.
No can do, sir. He's with the president.
I've had enough of this.
Papa Bear, this is Super Ball. Perps exiting Zone 4 now. Seem disgruntled. Stay on the lookout. Over.
Now can we push him down and beat him with sewage-filled garbage bags until he runs crying into the reflecting pool?
Tempting, Max, but these Secret Service guys hold a grudge.
I just,
That would hardly be sporting.
Alright, well, it was worth a shot. Hey, is there anything in this mailbox I should pick up, having knocked it down?
There is a small mailbox here.
It's one of those ornamental mailboxes that doesn't actually open.
That's government efficiency for you.
Can I just, like, open this
White
door?
paint, Christmas lights, and a small barbecue.
Everything somebody would need to renovate, decorate, and then accidentally burn the place to the ground.
Later, Max, later. Any golf balls? Nope.
My gut says we're supposed to leave and probably go back to our home street.
Where are we
Maybe
going,
we
Sam?
can make a call to this place.
Back to the office.
I'll drive.
Not while I'm alive.
Exactly.
What's funny is at the beginning of Sam and Max Hit the Road, Sam very clearly offers to let Max drive, and it feels out of character for Sam, but is, like, very casually done at the start of that long game that really establishes who they are. Ooh, check it out. Sybil started yet another new career. She told us that last one was for keeps, but it looks like she's gotten into the dating service game. interesting choice to have us go straight to the White House this time, when every other time there's been some clear location to go to. And we've never once started there. We've always started at our own street.
Hey, Sybil. What's new in the world of frequent random career reassessment?
Hi, fellas. I'm really excited. I've found the perfect job for me.
You don't say.
That's right. I, Sybil Pandemic, am now a professional matchmaker.
I thought I smelled phosphorus.
I thought I smelled that joke coming down the turnpike, burning oil and dragging its muffler.
It's a dating service, Max. I figured that if a smart, successful career woman like me could be having so much trouble finding a date, there must be plenty of other people who could use help.
Well, you have to keep in mind the type of men that populate this world. And also the fictional world that you live in. Got 'em. Finally gonna turn Sam and Max into a cute couple. I mean, I don't know if you know this or if I've talked about it on stream, but I'm fairly certain that Steve Purcell has gone on record as saying that he considers Sam and Max to be, like, married, even though I don't think that's ever canonically been confirmed, like, in any of the stories I know of.
You're having trouble finding your soulmate?
You don't know the half of it. It seems like all the guys I meet are total losers. No offense.
None taken. Hey!
Or else they're borderline psychopaths. No offense.
None taken. It's the borderline cases you have to watch out for.
Guess what he's saying is, you're a risk and I'm borderline. You said that, but one of these games has to start it. I don't think that's true. But nevertheless, we'll continue to play through and see if that happens and I just forgot about it.
What kind of man are you looking for?
Older men. Guys with a little history to them are such a turn-on. Oh, and tall men. And distinguished. And he should be experienced.
All right, enough already. Yes, I will go out with you, Sybil.
I thought she was talking about me.
On Twitter today, I saw someone post a clip from one of the Naked Gun movies. People have been talking about it online because they've announced that Liam Neeson is going to star in a reboot of Naked Gun, and I'm so completely here for it. But just to give you a sense of that humor, if you're not familiar with those, the clip was really good. It was Leslie Nielsen is like the main character, and he's like interrogating a woman, like asking about. She's like a witness to something, I don't even know what, based on the clip. And, he's just like asking her for the description of this guy. And she's like, yeah, he was like a white guy with a mustache, 6'2". And he's like, that's an awfully big mustache. And based on her description of like really tall and distinguished, for some reason that came immediately to mind. Yeah, I expect that to be amazing. Like, listen, I'm a huge fan of Liam Neeson. Like, a stupidly big fan of Liam Neeson. And, like, I feel like he's a perfect choice to do, like, a modern Naked Gun, because I feel like the serious movies he does, like, have kind of that comedic, over-the-top, like, undertone to them. Like, his whole subgenre, like, amuses me so much, because it's just, like, it's like almost like cartoony the way that they're constructed. And like he also does like very like serious straight roles very well. Like I've seen him make appearances in some comedic things where he's just like playing like much too serious a character, and I feel like it's just gotta fit really well. I don't know, 6'2" mustache is pretty good, right? Yeah, I'm glad we're all on the same page here, chat. I'm really looking forward to that. Not only that, if I remember correctly from the announcement I saw, Akiva from like The Lonely Island is like directing the reboot, and Seth MacFarlane is producing it. And I know Seth MacFarlane is not everyone's cup of tea, but I tend to like a lot of the stuff that he does. And I think that altogether that is going to be a really good match. Like all of that sounds good to me. Like I feel like all of those people are on board to do that job correctly to make a really good product. Also, can we address the fact that Sybil has started a dating service presumably just to get herself a date? And I want to draw attention to that because how come I haven't thought of that? How do we make this happen for me? Yeah, I mean, like, some people sort of reduce Seth MacFarlane's work to just Family Guy, and Family Guy is probably still the most famous thing he's worked on, but, like, Orville is great. I actually really like American Dad. I haven't kept up with it in a while, but, like, I think in a lot of ways, it's, like, a more grounded and well-rounded Family Guy. Never got much into the Cleveland Show. I will say that A Million Ways to Die in the West is a fun idea that wasn't very good. But, like, overall, it's a pretty good track record, and I feel like he's a good fit for that. You liked A Million Ways, Kitane? I don't know. I think maybe I was just too hyped for it. Like, I was excited to see him, like, do just, like, an original idea, and, like, the trailers look pretty good, and I kind of feel like with just, like, a couple of exceptions, the trailers had a lot of the best stuff in it, and, like, a lot of the rest felt like filler. It wasn't really terrible, but, like, it did disappoint me, I guess. But yeah, Orville's great. I'm obsessed with that. It's very good. Ted, on the other hand, was only okay. Yeah, I felt kind of similar to Ted, to the way I felt about Million Ways to Die in the West. Like, it had some good stuff. A lot of its best stuff was in the trailer. There were, like, a couple of good moments outside of that. I kind of like the new Ted TV series, but at the same time, like, it's hard to reconcile that with, like, the Ted movies. It's complicated. It's weird. I haven't actually seen Ted 2, though, weirdly enough. But yeah, I feel like I should start my own dating service with ladies and blackjack. And actually, that does sort of solve the problem, doesn't it? Yeah, how about the two of, how about we get dates?
For Max and me?
Seriously? I mean, sure. Why not? Stranger things have happened, I guess. They must have. Somewhere.
I'm choosing not to be offended by that.
What do we need to do?
It's easy.
I like how long they
Just
let that
submit an
line drag
application.
on for. It was just perfect. Like, stranger things have happened. Probably. Must have. At some point. Somewhere. Like, it's just, like, clearly too long. Do we already have an application, or do we have to ask you for it so we can submit it in future?
What kind of stuff is on this application?
The usual. Your best traits, and what kind of person you're looking for.
Hooks for hands! Hooks for hands!
When you're done, I'll put the application into my computer, which analyzes your personality matrix at 15
Why'd you say it like that?
compatibility points.
I don't have a
Oh, is that-
personality matrix
is that your
so much
best
as a
feature,
personality
Demolition?
vector.
Once we've found a match, you call your
Personality
date
vector.
and agree on a time and place. Let me help you guys out. Tell me your good points and what you're looking for in a date.
She should love animals.
She should love animals.
Such as the elusive praying mantis, whose deadly but enthralling mating rituals she mimics.
You really know how to ruin the mood, Max.
Oh, and cybernetic implants, like an elbow that can connect to the internet.
Writing this down. Yeah, Kitsune, why did she say computer like that? I don't understand. Is that what you look for in a woman, Vasco? Hooks for hands? I mean, it's not a turnoff. I'll say that.
She should have an air of mystery.
Making frequent passing mention to her time on the chain gang, but when pressed, revealing nothing.
I feel like at some point I'm going to have to make some sort of logical combination of these, but I'm just kind of too intrigued to not choose all of them.
I'm very spiritual.
A disciple of the Ancient Ones, enacting dark magic rituals to bring forth their reign again upon this earth. Rise, Shigarath! Rise, Yag Solam!
I lead an active lifestyle.
Always running from the authorities.
I can appreciate a person's inner beauty.
I even have my own sonogram machine.
Nico likes that last one, that she should be tall, and suggests that she should be like the 9-foot-tall vampire lady everyone went crazy for. It's a type, you know? Everyone's got their own type. And collectively, everyone's type is that 9-foot tall vampire lady that they want to have step on them.
She should love the outdoors.
We frequently lock ourselves out of the office.
She should be tall.
At least 12 feet, or 4 meters if she's Canadian.
That's all I can think of.
Oh, that's plenty. Now I'll just put your applications into the computer. And there it is.
Why is she making
Max,
that face?
It says your perfect match is...
Cybernetic laser eyes. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.
Well, that's interesting. It says your perfect match is Sam.
Disturbing. And yet somehow not completely unexpected.
And Sam, your ideal soulmate is...
Wait for it.
Max.
Well, there goes another blow to the concept of a fair and just universe.
Hey, Sam, what do you say we never ever speak
I
of
don't
this
need
again?
a map to get to
Way
Bone
ahead of
Town.
you, little buddy.
I guess that they've concluded that they are neither cute nor a couple, because we're too early in canon. I do think it's funny, though, that, like... I mean, obviously, the computer's very sophisticated and all that, but I do think it's very funny that, like, they very clearly specify that their match should be a woman, and then at the end she's like, you two just be gay for each other, it's fine. Hey, Anime, welcome to the stream. What a perfectly normal time to join us. How are you doing this evening? I do like your observation, Critfish. So, like, a strong pirate woman that takes charge? Okay, yeah, fair. Right? I mean, I'm not that complicated. Let's see. She didn't answer this earnestly last time. What's next after you get a date, I think, is the whole point of this job.
What's next on the career horizon?
Next? This is it. What could be a better job than helping people find their perfect match?
Volcano God.
Good point.
Ooh,
I'll
that's a good
stick to the
point.
dating business, though.
That is a good point. By the way, thank you for the 79-month resub, Anime. Wow. Much appreciated. By the way, I finally happened to notice how I think at some point something got reset with these buttons and the audio was way too loud on the confetti cannon and fanfare. And they should both be fixed now. Isn't that exciting? Either that or that was really annoying for you. You let me know. How many matches have we gone through with the sophisticated
How
computer
many
system?
couples have you managed to escort to romantic bliss?
So far, none.
None.
What
is
about
the
to Hugh
loneliest
Bliss?
number.
But I've got a feeling things will start to pick up after the holidays. All that stress makes for a lot of messy breakups.
When
and a
did this
lot of
release, like
people looking
November?
for romance on the rebound.
So we have something to look forward to.
How's business?
Slow right now, but those applications are going to start coming in at any moment.
So yeah, basically, I have some sense of what we're going to need to do here, because I remember a specific outcome of some of the events of this
See you
game.
around, Sybil.
You're probably going to enjoy it. But for now, I don't think there's much we could do here until we something touch your face $5. Anything interesting in the closet?
That's where I do video intros for my dating service.
Why's the door locked?
It's locked? Damn it. I don't even have a key to that door.
That I don't know how to describe that joke, but like that's such like a quintessential like Telltale Sam and Max joke. It's like you think that you're going one way and it just zags really hard. You're just like, you expect her to give like some unsettling answer as to why the door is locked, and she's like, ah crap, I don't even have a key. Do you like that the little fox on the cactus
It's
now has
unnerving
Cupid
how
wings?
his eyes seem to follow me wherever I go.
That fox is totally checking you out. Go for it, Sam.
Yet it feels so real. I know! It's just a really well-constructed joke. Much like the cow one that got me so bad like 2 weeks ago. So who is this in your apartment? It's a cow that we've been hiding from you. We put a lampshade on his head to convince you that he was someone else other than the cow we've been hiding in our apartment.
Hey, a free home delivery sign.
The sign's not free, but oh, my book is.
It's everyone's favorite
Whoa,
character,
look,
Hugh
Max.
Bliss.
It's our favorite cultish crackpot, Hugh Bliss.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
I want to buy something. Take my credit card. Put me on your mailing list. Anyone you want me to recruit?
You're supposed to give the Stockholm Syndrome a few days to kick in, Max.
Who has that kind of time?
Ugh. Agreed.
What's a big celebrity like you doing on our street, Hugh Bliss?
Why, I'm spreading the great news about prismatology.
The magic and science of unlocking the harmony of colors for a revolution in holistic personal and interpersonal well-being?
Now translated into 15,000 different languages, including Esperanto. Hooray!
Hooray!
I'm unsettled by the fact that when he shifts slightly, you see, like, rays of color, like, moving around him. Like, he's got, like, beams of peacock energy emanating from his butt. Also, why is he barefoot? Was he barefoot last time? I honestly don't remember.
Are the books selling well?
Selling? You can't put a price on imagination. You can't sell the wonder of a daydream or the laughter of a child.
He's right. I've tried.
I feel like you mostly can't sell it because in the world of Monsters, Inc., it ends up being like a government commodity, like a resource that everyone shares in the form of energy. The child's laughter, I mean. No one really appreciates the last, like, 5 minutes of Monsters, Inc., just me? Never mind. Tell me more about the book so I can exploit this knowledge for personal gain later.
What was your book about again?
Emetics, the handbook for multicolored happiness? It's about everything and nothing at all.
Oh, it's a transcription of Seinfeld. Got it.
What's this prismatology nonsense really about?
All it is the total reawakening of mind, body, and spirit in a rainbow of true bliss.
I'm really excited.
Uh-huh. And how do we do that?
Okay. Simply focus on the orange at the core of your spirit.
Got
Okay.
it.
No, wait. Okay, now.
Shift your consciousness to the ultraviolet.
Doing that?
Yeah.
Mix it with the indigo of your imagination, and then let it slide down the rainbow of your hopes and dreams.
Wow,
I feel
can't
thirsty.
believe it was so simple.
How do you stay in business?
With the magic of volume and free delivery.
You can have all the colors delivered
You
to
don't
your home
sell
for no green.
anything.
I don't get it.
Show us a magic trick, Hugh Bliss.
Magic is easy when the colors of your soul are...
Yeah, less chatter, more magic.
Okay. How about I disappear?
Well, your mind reading is obviously still working.
It is. Now watch me as I vanish. Except you won't be able to watch me because I'll be gone.
Can't seem to have any of his books, even though they're free. I still technically have one from one of the earlier chapters.
President appoints action figure as Secretary of Defense.
That is pretty crazy.
Well, at least it was an action figure of John Shaft.
Oh, I can dig it.
Tibetan monk clam bake ends in riot is what the actual text written on this newspaper box says.
Non-mafia-owned casino destroyed by mysterious explosion.
Mysterious? I gave my name to reporters and even posed for pictures.
Sometimes blowing something up is its own reward, pal. Novelty gumballs. Shaped just like the real thing, but made of inedible plastic.
Fool your friends, annoy your grandparents.
Getting flashbacks to that fish cone. Now, I can't interact with it, but I do want you to pay attention to the fact that right above my box here, there's, like, graffiti of a corgi with, like, a fart speech bubble that just says the letter F several times. To pay respects to anyone who didn't want to smell that dog fart. I presume.
What's shaking, Bosco?
Greetings, comrades dog and rabbit.
I'm having trouble placing the accent this month. Mid-Atlantic states? The San Fernando Valley?
I get more of a vague Baltic vibe. Something in a light Czech pattern.
Ha ha ha! Comrade Maximilian makes the funny joke. I am Vladimir Ilyevich Boskovorsky, Russian proprietor of workers' glorious warehouse of inconvenience, no?
No.
But now, I make new start in
Still wearing that
America,
name tag.
which I love. So, is no need to aiming sophisticated targeting equipment at me.
But maybe that's its own reward too.
What's with the Soviet bloc, Bosco?
It's perfectly natural, comrades. I work with the American government in spirit of glasnost. They know. They know.
Who knows what?
The feds, man. Uncle Sam. The government's watching us all the time.
So that's why I always feel an overbearing presence just out of my field of vision, watching and judging my every move.
That's me,
Stop
Max.
looking at the camera. Yeah, why are you concerned about the government watching you? I assume you've always believed that to be the case.
Why is the government spying on you, Bosco?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I know too much.
Just humor the poor guy, Max.
But I make new start in America, which I love. So it's no need to targeting me.
I feel like this is the same approach that some people take into a game of Commander in Magic the Gathering. There is no need to be targeting me, yes?
Something in here smells like fermented hate.
It's like sweaty jockstraps soaked in boiled cabbage with a dash of sulfur.
Keep it down, guys. You're scaring off the other customers.
Impossible.
What other customers? Max and I are always the only ones in here.
What? I mean, it's good thing. Merchandise is always available.
Coming in here is like visiting old friends.
Some of these cereal boxes are from the McKinley administration.
I carved our initials in one of the weenies, so we'll be best friends forever, Sam.
What's funny about that is, like, normally in a game like this, you would question how Bosco stays in business. But the reality is that we know that even if we're his only customers, he's charging us like millions of dollars per episode. I mean, it was like 10,000 at first, then 1 million, then like multiple million. So like, this business model clearly works for him, right?
I suppose you've got some ridiculously complex whirligig to defend yourself against the feds?
It's the people, comrades. Workers will overthrow fascist regime.
What about us loafers?
All are welcome. Come their victory, workers will unite to bring downfall of corrupt administration. We will number in tens of millions.
That's a lot of Bolsheviks.
No, it's all true. Plus, I'm working on a satellite missile defense system.
Exactly, Fruitridge. All you need is one, maybe 2 desperate suckers.
Missile defense system? Isn't that more than a little bit overkill?
Yet, we are strong like bear against attack. I'm working on modifying BTAD's Part 2.
Your anti-delivery system?
That's right.
Last time it was
It
thwarted by a
already
fridge
programmed
magnet.
to keep people from delivering goods to the store. So I just went into the database and changed beef jerky to intercontinental ballistic missiles.
So now anyone can just deliver a blimp load of beef jerky to your store without fear of reprisal?
A small price to pay for freedom.
I don't think I noticed it previously. When the camera switched to get Max's line there, the, like, floor wet cone behind him says, like, danger landmines on it or something to that effect.
When's the last time you cleaned out the weenie rotisserie?
Needs no cleaning. Adds vintage flavor to tasty Franks.
When's the last time you cleaned out...
Needs no...
For some reason, I thought we were gonna go on another one of those, like, big loops.
We want to buy something.
Is evil but necessary private enterprise.
What do you got?
Is most glorious invention, comrades. Is useful for, how you say, questioning.
Questioning.
Is true serum. Makes easy even the most difficult, how do you say, interrogation.
Interrogation.
Truth serum? Is this another one of your half-baked, overpriced gimmicks, or does it actually work?
Both will make anyone get rid of inhibitions and telling, how you say, complete and honest truth.
I don't recall what this is.
Hey, it's already working.
We'd like that truth serum, Comrade Boscovich.
Is good. Price is 867.5309 rubles.
How much is that in real money?
$100 million.
I think your rate of exchange is a little off, Boskovorsky.
Fall of Berlin Wall brings great strength to our economy.
Do you have any potatoes in the likeness of Catholic saints?
Niet.
Do you have any souvenir snow globes from the Mystery Vortex?
Niet.
Nice.
Do you have any Lobsterfots brand cereal?
Niet.
Do you have any Tagalog rhyming dictionaries, abridged?
Niet.
Do you have any wiener cozies?
Ah, we just get shipment of those in this week. Let me look.
Oh boy!
Oh, wait, did you say wiener cozies? I thought you said Navajo blankets. No, we're all out of wiener cozies.
Dang it. One of these days he's going to have one of the things I ask him
Do
about.
you have any Navajo blankets?
Niet.
Oh, it's so good. Kills me every time. Hi, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Our friend Bosco here is now wearing a Russian hat and putting on, I guess you could call it a Russian accent, because he's worried about the government watching him. Because our current mission is to thwart the president in his chaotic actions that are threatening to destroy the country, which unfortunately has aged poorly for reasons I won't go into. Hooray!
Do you have any potatoes in the...
Niet.
Ah, darn. Hit the end of the line. Is there more to gather from this?
Isn't that a little pricey for truth serum?
It's bargain.
It really does work, and I haven't even tried it yet. Sam, this morning I used your toothbrush.
Results are guaranteed.
I used it to clean out my ears. This is refreshingly liberating.
Besides, I need the money to complete my satellite defense system.
I needed to clean out my ears because I'd been rummaging through...
Okay, I've heard enough.
Less truth, please. Neko asks if a wiener cozy is like a tea cozy. A woolly hat for a sausage. Yeah, I think so, except also no one's ever actually used that. Unless I think they intended to eat basically like a wool sock along with a hot dog.
Nothing for us right now. See you later, Bosco.
He's no Bosco, comrades. He's only loyal worker Bosco Vorsky, who is no threat to glorious American government.
Please not to be
whatsoever.
targeting, yes? Don't think I need anything. Oh, wait a minute. I need to come back for something here.
Special. Buy one, get one.
What a deal!
Alright, I think we have to go to our office, probably, although I may not have worked out what I need to do there exactly. Oh, hang on a second.
Hi, Hugh Bliss.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
He is.
Can you disappear again? I want to figure out how you did it.
It's easy, Sam. I take all the colors from my surroundings and spin them into a great big...
Okay, yeah, I was just being polite. I don't care how you do it.
Okay.
Give me
Hey,
this.
a free home delivery sign.
That's probably what I needed to do there. He wouldn't let me take it at first, and that didn't occur to me until I was passing by a second time. Can't stop me if he's not there. Oh, we haven't checked the answering machine since it dumped us on the lawn of the White House instead of our office.
Hello, constituents. This is your president. When I took office 3 years ago, I made a solemn promise to help you, the American people. Now, thanks to your collective short-term memory, I can say that I've delivered on that promise.
Interesting point, Neko. We know that he has the ability to read minds, so he was aware of the fact that we would do it and just let it happen. It must be fate or something. I hear that, Ice Bunny. Sorry that you are having a rough time with your thoughts, but we're here for you. I hope you enjoy this murderous dog and lagomorph combination of Freelance Police. Yeah, right? These calls are super real right now.
You feel safer than you did 3 years ago? Or would you rather return to the days when crazed packs of robotic hyenas prowled the street, targeting their death ray laser eyes on you
Surely that's a hypothetical question, like a rhetorical one, because we all know what the real answer is.
As far as you know, my administration is the only thing keeping your home safe from the bloodthirsty robotic hyenas. Remember that, and God bless America. Paid for by the Committee.
Yes, the hyenas is the correct answer. Alright, that looks like that. Check the TV!
My fellow Americans, we must remember to live life to the fullest and keep joy in our hearts. To that end, I have introduced mandatory psychological examinations to guarantee that all citizens meet the minimum required level of joy and goodwill.
He's like a kinder, gentler Mussolini.
I don't sure remember what souvenir we'll get. Is it Big Head? Oh no, it's the entirety of Leonard's Steak Charmer.
It's our favorite shifty card cheat, Leonard's Steak Charmer.
How you doing, Leonard? Good, good.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Is there money in here, like in Hit the Road? No? Don't immediately see anything I need to pick up, but let me try something.
Sam?
Well, I mean, I might as well call for a pizza. Hey, nobody asked, but this week I finally got around to trying the heavily advertised Little Caesars, what do they call it? Pizza and Sticks special? And it sounds like something I'd really like, but I honestly kind of figured it wouldn't be very good, because it seemed like it was similar to their, like, actual garlic bread, which I don't like, as opposed to their crazy bread, which is quite good. It's extremely good. It vastly destroyed my expectations, and now I feel like I'm addicted to it and might go again soon. Even though I've been, like, really good about not spending money on that sort of thing. What's Pizza and Sticks? That's a great question, Neko, because I don't have any concept of whether Little Caesars is a restaurant that exists in other countries. Pizza and Sticks is, like a pizza. The whole thing is in the shape of a circle, but half of it is like pizza slices, and the other half is like basically like a row of like garlic breadsticks. But they're just like, I really like the seasoning on them. They were just really good. I like them a lot. I'm also reasonably easy to please when it comes to fast food and not any food of actual quality. But like I said, I had like low expectations and was like, wow, this is exactly what I would want it to be, not just like better than I expected. Sticks are meat on a stick here. I mean, it's like it's you know, Pizza and Sticks is like their name for the specific thing they're doing. Stick as a food item, I don't think necessarily has a specific connotation here in the States. Also, thank you for the bits, Demolition. Much appreciated. But yeah, let's call for pizza, because we're here. But the actual plan is to call the White House, but now I want pizza.
2 medium pineapple and asbestos pies, please. Oh, yeah? Well, same to you, jerk.
What'd he say?
Thank you, and have a nice day.
God, I wish I could do that on the phone sometimes.
Who are you calling, Sam?
The White House.
White House, Agent Superball speaking.
Have you checked the baby?
Yes, sir. Sleeping soundly.
Oh, good job then.
Curses. Right, hold on a second.
Sam?
My guess is that the correct one is like hello and hold. Anyway, it says, the Little Caesar in my hometown was not good, so I rarely eat it. Serious question, how long ago was that? Because I feel like modern Little Caesars is, like, kind of different from what it was when I was a kid.
Hello, please hold.
Roger that.
Our phone bill is sure going to be expensive this month.
It's okay, Max. I've been paying them out of your retirement fund.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I need to apologize, Ice Bunny. You've done nothing wrong, and you're welcome to be here. We're happy to have you. Now let's go over to the White House.
Going, Sam?
I think we can go into a new environment because that was easier than I expected it to be. And I only kind of know what to expect. kind of know what happens toward the end of this episode.
Hello.
I don't know how many intermediate steps there are.
Hello. Hello.
Now, a lot of these same folks will say that we're wrong for introducing this federal pudding embargo.
Embargo
They
on
envy
pudding?
our freedom. I ask you, what have they got to hide? Unless they're secretly sitting on stockpiles of pudding, and oh yes, we will find them, they've got nothing to be afraid of. So in conclusion, America, get your back up off the wall. Dance, come on, marzipan, and good night.
It's worse than we
Get
thought,
your
Max.
back up off the
He's
wall.
crazier
Dance,
than a
come on.
caffeine-addled
Wow.
dingo in an Adelaide maternity
wow.
ward.
I think he makes a lot of good points. Those puddings are trying to steal our jobs. And I especially like how he does that spinny thing with his eyes.
By the whiskey-soaked beard of Ulysses S. Grant, that's it. The president's not crazy. He's been hypnotized. We've got to snap him out of it, Max, and pronto.
How do we do that again?
We hit him over the head, like we do with all hypnotized people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, we just sort of passed the buck on that one, huh? Any disco enjoyers in chat? Appreciate his sign off there. Get down on it. No? Okay. 10 years ago, I never bothered to check if it got better, since I think it closed before I could try it again. You know, that's fair, anime. If it's closed, it is a lot harder to try it again. And, you know, I don't know. Notably, there was like a point, I don't know, like, no, I'm actually thinking about the passage of time, probably 10 plus, probably about 10 years ago, maybe a little longer, where a bunch of like local pizza places opened up and tried to like compete with like Little Caesars prices, which was just really ill-fated in my opinion. I genuinely have no concept of how Little Caesars keeps those prices so low, and I genuinely feel like some of their ingredients are at least of pretty high quality. But like, we did like a blind taste test with all of the cheap pizzas, and like all of my friends liked the like weird, like, it wasn't, I don't think it was vegan, but like it had some like weird quality to it that was like faux vegan or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. All my friends liked that one. I was like, I'm gonna stick with Little Caesars, to be honest with you. Want the Easter egg in here? I mean, let's explore, and if we don't find it, you can point it out. There is, I mean, I do appreciate the emblem on the ground, E pluribus unum. It's an eagle with like an American flag styled like early Captain America shield on its chest, and in one hand it appears to have, I think that's like a pack of cigarettes that it's clutching, and in the other talon is a can of gas. That's very correct.
Hi, I'm George Washington. Anyone need their nuts cracked?
Please don't make fun of George Washington.
Oh hey, he's already got a medics.
This urn says Fluffy on it.
Wasn't that Warren G. Harding's nickname?
Is that a Rothko?
No, Sam, it's a painting. Sheesh.
Got him, idiot.
Looks like there are rats in the Oval Office.
Sam, you've finally done it. A straight line so easy, even I won't touch it.
This is either an early draft of the Declaration of Independence or a crude map of Lithuania. Roosevelt's boxing gloves, encased in lucite.
TR or FDR?
ER, I think. Is that a potted plant, or the Vice President of the United States?
It is hard to tell the difference.
Apparently, even U.S. presidents have mothers. U.S. Senate Talent Show, second place.
My finest hour.
I'm not sure who this is, but he must be important.
Peace.
Hands off, boy! That's my presidential calendar.
Can't look at it then, huh? Ooh, do you like the globe with the United
Nice
States
globe.
of America
Amazing
highlighted.
how often I need it in this job.
This is why I can't run for office. Not that anyone wants that.
Hey now, that's my super special top secret ribbon. Don't touch it.
Can I futz with the budget?
Stand back, son. There's the national budget.
He says, I know we've not been kicked out of here because the game says we can be here. But why is the Secret Service guy not kicking us out? I mean, it's only fair of him to let us remain this far because we bested him once. That's how adventure games and, like, Duel Monsters animes work.
The Liberty Bell is a light for this room, just as America is a light for...
Yuck! Metaphor is such an ugly quality in furniture.
Really spared no expense, like,
House of Representatives
fleshing
and
this place
Gardens.
out. House of Representatives and Gardens. That's an incredibly stupid joke.
It's a stack of pithy campaign slogans.
Oh, don't fool with those. Wouldn't want to be caught on national TV with my drawers down. Again.
Yeah, you hate to see it. I didn't quite see exactly what it says. It's clearly a Bill Clinton reference, right? Oh no, it's like literally just I did not have sex with that woman. Yeah. Yeah.
Are these pictures of you with cardboard cutouts of other presidents?
We're all cardboard.
Yeah, but they're
under
real
the skin,
cardboard
son.
cutouts.
Funny how almost anything makes sense if a president says it.
Look at the... It's clearly like a weird symbols monkey that I feel strongly is probably hypnotizing this man. And, don't think the game's gonna let me interact with it. Whether that's intentional or not.
This snow globe has a little Apollo 13 inside.
What happens when you shake it?
I'm afraid to find out. Take a look at that.
I love this country.
It's a bunch of merit badges from the Weasel Scouts.
I got one of those once, but they took it away when they found out what I used for bait.
Wow, he's defeated a lot of gym leaders. Because I get surprised every time you throw Max. Great addition to the adventure game controls, thoughtlessly eating your partner. What's great is it's not even controls. If you walk into him, it's like the game's automatic response. Of course, he's like running away from me now, like he's expecting it. But like, it will happen plenty of times when I'm not trying to do it at all. All right, hold on. Let's actually talk to these guys.
Hey, Mac, do you work here?
What tipped you off?
We're Freelance Police, buddy. This is a national emergency.
And we don't appreciate your sassy mouth.
Auditions for new White House pet are down the hall.
This can
It's
only end
clearly a
in
different man
violence.
from before, to answer your question,
This guy's voice
anyway.
sounds familiar. Do you recognize him, Max?
Half the time, I don't even recognize you, Sam.
I'm over here, little buddy.
Who said that?
Do I know you from somewhere?
Yeah, I'm that voice in the back of your head that tells you to mind your own business.
The veiled threats, the surly tone. I've got it. You're that pit boss from the Toy Mafia.
I smell a conspiracy.
You smell a nosy dog who's going to get smacked if he don't stop asking questions.
What's the Toy Mafia got to do with the Secret Service?
What Toy Mafia?
Oh, he's good, Sam.
The Orso
Yeah, I don't know how
Nostra,
to count
the
it.
sacred organization you inducted me and Max into in a time-honored ceremony.
The one that we infiltrated, repeatedly duped, and then blew up in a fiery explosion of death and property damage.
I was going to casually forget to mention that part, Max.
That's a very entertaining story, chowderheads.
I think he's still under the
Now,
effects of that
run
truth
along
serum we
and
haven't
play
bought.
whilst I protect the leader of our country.
I suspect foul
I
play.
think somebody may have hypnotized the president while you weren't looking. You, perhaps.
Very funny.
What do you do around here?
I give out free t-shirts to the visitor who asks the dumbest question of the day. Please accept my apologies, but we're all out of Husky Boys sizes.
Woo! Double
hurtful.
burn!
I thought you were on my side, Max.
I just call him like I see him, Sam.
You're the president's personal bodyguard?
You catch on quick.
We need to have a private meeting with the president. National security.
Go right ahead.
I meant private, as in wait outside and we'll call you when we need you.
And national security, as in we need to clobber the president on the head to break his hypnotic trance.
Your gift for subterfuge is uncanny, Max.
And that's uncanny as in you two try anything and I'll plug you.
You know, in fairness to Max, if he ever rolled a natural 20 on one of those deception checks, it'd make for a really good moment. It's when he says, knowing that someone will be in my condo without me being present and connected to the HOA who's already untrustworthy, it's pushing me into anxiety big time. Oh, trust me, Ice Bunny, I definitely relate to that. It's probably been a while since I've mentioned it. Early on in the time that I lived in this apartment building, I gave my landlady, like, permission to, like, enter my apartment to have some kind of repair or something done. And she left the apartment unattended with the door not just unlocked, but just outright open. So I just, like, got home and, like, the door to my home was open to just whoever wanted it. And since that day, I have never once given permission for that to happen. Interestingly, we have a building inspection coming up at the beginning of April, which will cause that to happen again. They're like, they were like required to put up a notice in the courtyard by the mailboxes that says something to the effect of like, you aren't required to be home, but we do recommend it. It's like, yeah, because it's not coming from the building who would rather just like leave your door open. It's coming from the city government or whatever. But last summer I got a note, the janitor will check your place. I was alone against 3 men in very bad panic because they said they wanted to report you to the municipality. Why? Did they give a reason why they wanted to report you, Ice Bunny? I mean, that sounds very shady.
What's behind that door?
It's a private club for people who aren't annoying me. You two ain't invited.
Should we pummel him together, Sam, or would you rather take turns?
We can create a national security incident after we've saved the president, Max.
Why not before, during, and after?
Seriously, pal, what's behind that door?
It's the door to the war room, with unrestricted access to the United States' entire arsenal of long-range missile weapons.
There's no part of that sentence I didn't like.
Then it's unanimous. We'd like a tour.
Nobody gets into the war room during peacetime. Stay away from it, or I'll have to escort you out.
2 for the war room, please.
Nothing doing.
But Max came all this way. He's been dreaming of it for years.
I don't doubt that.
Can you look into those big brown slits he uses for eyes and crush the lifelong dream of a childlike rabbity creature?
Even if I were moved by that kind of thing, which I ain't, this door stays locked at all times, unless we're in a war.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
I cannot wait.
Shooting him would get me in trouble with the Secret Service and the Mafia.
It's a surprisingly good point. Okay.
Good day, Mr. President.
We come in peace, as far as you know.
Oh, finally! The interpreters. Where have you been?
Interpreters?
Yeah, that is why you fellas are here, right?
Sure, why not?
'Cause I got a
Might
meeting
as well
with
be
one
true.
of them foreign dignitaries. Always talking that crazy space language.
Bonjour.
Who are you meeting with today?
Heck if I know. They show up and start jabbering away about treaties and whatnot. I just let the interpreters figure it out. I
yeah,
just
that's
keep
us.
an eye on them to make sure they don't steal something or try to eat the cat.
He knows about Alf. Scatter, everyone. Scatter. Bet shooting the president would break him out of the hypnosis. It might. It might have some other side effects, though. I'm trying to report you because you got upset with them after they, like, bullied their way into your home for this inspection. That's messed up, Ice Bunny. I'm sorry. Don't really know what to do about that. Like, even in America, HOAs are complicated. I don't really know how that sort of thing works in Denmark. But I hope it doesn't come to that, and that they stop being unreasonable. We're totally ready to interpret.
We're ready to start interpreting.
That's aces, fellas. But the dignitary hasn't shown up yet. Show yourselves around the office.
But don't touch nothing.
Why is the Secret Service guy willing to let us do that?
Snap out of it, Mr. President. You've been hypnotized.
Sure, I haven't been hypnotized. That's crazy talk.
You've got to listen to us, sir.
Would a hypnotized person do this?
Drastic action.
Oh,
Don't
hail
talk to me about
Hypnotoad.
drastic action. You ever been pinned down in a drugstore parking lot by a pack of muskrat commandos with nothing left to lose? Ever had to gnaw your best buddy's leg off just so you could get his socks and put them on your own ears to fend off the enemy's deadly sonic regurgitator ray?
Now that's crazy talk. I'm impressed.
Keep up the good work, Mr. President.
You've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em.
The man's a genius, Sam. I almost feel bad for doing this.
It's for the good of the country, Max.
So, Demolish, is there something I didn't find that you wanted me to find in here? I feel like we've checked pretty thoroughly. Don't know what triggers the next event with him. What do I have on me? Just listen to Chuckles. Oh, that's something I can't do yet. I don't have access to the calendar, I just get threatened.
Okay,
but I know that the calendar
Put that down, Mr. President.
is accessible at
Don't
some
make
point.
me have to get the hose.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, here's what he said.
Well, don't that beat all? Hey, Chuckles, check this out. When you fold the dollar bill this way, it makes him look like he's Putin.
Thank you, sir.
So, if I remember correctly, it's probably going to be a minute before I can do anything with Sybil. Don't believe I currently have access to anything that gives me enough money to interact with Bosco meaningfully. How do I advance to something I can actually do? Like, I've sort of got a sense of some stuff I need to do, like, much later?
Hello.
Post no bills. I'm surprised this sign survived.
Is anyone there?
Has anything changed with Jimmy Two Teeth?
Hello. This is the
Hey, Jimmy.
Beat it.
Hello.
It feels like the rat hole in the Oval Office should have something to do with Jimmy at some point.
Hello.
Any interaction with this other than
Room for
looking at
rent.
it?
Hello. Hello. This is the White House. Hello. Hello. Is anyone there? Hello. Hello.
I don't know what to do right now.
Where are we going, Sam?
Is anyone there?
Back to the office.
Shotgun!
I like that he presumably saw us drive up and leave, and at no point has had any reaction to that. At this moment, I don't know that I have any use for the listening device. Is there any, like, outstanding business with Hugh Bliss,
Hi, Hugh Bliss.
after I've stolen his
Hi,
sign?
I'm Hugh Bliss.
He's Hugh Bliss.
How do you stay in business?
With the magic of volume and free delivery.
You can have all the colors delivered to your home for no green.
I don't get it. Stay.
might as well eavesdrop on him because I don't have anything else going on.
Okay, here's what he said.
The magic and illusion of wonder is a dream from your imagination. And I know you're listening, Sam and Max.
Ah, creepy. Thank you, sir. Free home delivery. Max's form.
I don't think there's anything to do on the street. Could totally be wrong, but at this... Oh, hang on a second. I think I need to pay attention to what's back here. Particularly
Give me all you
here.
got. It's the Army's new recruiting slogan.
That's a lot better than their old one. What are you, chicken? Gonna cry now, baby?
Apparently, there's no room in the military budget for quality adhesives.
Give me that. Not that I specifically need this later, but I might specifically need this later. I need any of these other ones, though?
We should go to Switzerland sometime, Max.
Nah, they always jip you on the cheese. It's like half air.
National Spin the Bottle Championship at Patriots Forum. Wow. Jealous.
Where are we going, Sam?
I think somehow, at some point, I need the president to give an address, and then I sabotage it, but I don't know how to trigger that. Doesn't seem like maybe I just need to talk to them more or something, but he was like, yeah, there's no dignitaries here for you to translate for. And that's like not even the thing I'm expecting to have to do.
No, sir. I said soda abuse. It's
something randomly changed when I left and came back.
Was I? No comprende, son.
But I'm speaking English.
Ah, are you two fellas the interpreters? It's about time. Darndest thing, we just had a couple imposters in here. Dead ringers for you two.
Were they walking around examining everything and engaging everyone in pointless conversations?
Yes!
Those accursed clones. When will their devilish mimicry end?
Help me out with this here potentate, would you? Can't understand a dang word.
But that doesn't make sense. I don't even have an accent.
Uno momento, por favor. Impatient little guy, ain't he?
The president looks like a ventriloquist dummy, doesn't he? Talk to Wizard or him?
Hello, Mr. President. We're ready to interpret for you.
All right, let's get this party started.
Mr. President, my fellow Americans, I come to warn you about a serious epidemic facing our country. The scourge of soda abuse. Many former popheads like myself found ourselves in the endless cycle of addiction and elimination until we believed there was no hope.
I don't know what you're saying, son, but you're selling it, boy. Good job.
I ask you, how long can this epidemic continue?
What was that?
He said...
Yeah, you know, popheads. That thing that everyone says and understands, Cotillion. You had to give yourself 2 years before moving to Hamburg to have some time to get renovated and check Hamburg out. Are you planning on staying in this place long term despite the issues, Ice Bunny? Because I have some appreciation for how difficult that could be. I'm pretty sure he, like, threatened your life or whatever.
Prepare to die, capitalist oppressor.
Are you trying to pick a fight with me, son?
No, I'm just trying to educate you on a very important issue.
What did he say?
Didn't you realize that I've always loved you? Launch the Dragoons. Our victory is at hand.
Men, launch the Dragoons. Our victory is at hand.
Hold on there, son. We can still find a peaceful solution to this.
That's all we want. The Mount Rushmore Soda Abuse Prevention Program will bring peace to the lives of soda addicts everywhere.
Aim destructo beam at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Fire on my mark. 3, 2...
Wait! I heard that! That's not what I said at all!
Did you not hear the
Misheard
previous
you.
ones?
Let's start over.
Once again, Mr. President, the impact of soda abuse on our nation's health cannot be overstated. I ask again, how long
I wonder if
can
this came out at
epidemic
like the same time
continue?
they started having that
Great
like
job. What do you say?
He said,
bizarre issue in New York City about like trying to crack down on large sodas or whatever. I think it was roughly that time period.
how long can this epidemic continue?
Epidemic? What's this about an epidemic?
The epidemic of soda abuse, sir. By 2010, 4 out of 5 children will be addicted to soda, and the impact on our nation's plumbing system will be disastrous.
What was that?
Something about soda abuse, blah blah.
Something about soda abuse, blah blah, whatever.
Sounds like one of them touchy-feely tax and spend welfare programs.
He said, sounds like one of those...
I heard what he said. Are you guys sure you're translating correctly?
Don't blame us, buddy. You're the one with a speech impediment.
Try it again from the top, Whizzer.
Where was I? Oh, right. Soda abuse. How long can this epidemic continue?
Come again?
He said,
I'm not sure what my goal here is, which is why I'm kind of just messing
how long can
around.
this epidemic continue?
There you go about an epidemic again. What
By
epidemic?
2010, yeah, we're totally screwed, guys. 14 years have passed.
Mr. President.
What was that?
So, like, literally translating doesn't help. Baseball fever.
It's sweeping the nation.
You said it, son. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd. But you know my favorite part? The frosty cold sodas.
Are you mocking me, Mr. President?
Try it again from the top, Whizzer.
Where was I? Oh, right. Soda abuse. How long
Listen,
can
I'm gonna
this
plow-
epidemic continue?
I'm gonna plow headfirst
said-
through this brick wall until I find the solution through brute force. Mostly because I haven't come up with a lead anywhere else, and I'm too impatient to go looking around the whole room again. So it's really emphasizing that first line, so I feel like I'm supposed to literally translate
How long
that.
can this epidemic continue?
There you go about an epidemic again. What epidemic?
Denying the problem won't make it go away, Mr. President.
What was that?
The epidemic of surly, listless teens.
That is a problem. I blame them video games.
What does that have to do with anything?
I think he's confused. Let's start again.
Where was I? How long?
Come again?
Yeah, I mean, I
He
like
said-
the idea of trying to have him declare war or whatever, but, like, when I basically got the president convinced that he was going to fire a death ray at the White House, we just started over. Like, it didn't seem like that was real progress. But the direct translation doesn't seem to be helping, despite the weird fact that the game is, like, emphasizing his first line really heavily, which in past chapters has suggested that that's, like, a thing it really wants you to pay attention to.
Your reign of terror ends today.
Those are fighting words, boy.
But soda abuse is a very serious problem.
What was that?
Surrender now, and we shall spare your life.
We will never surrender.
What is he talking about?
Let's start over.
Where was I? Oh, how long?
Come again?
He said,
So, the idea is to somehow get the president to say something that Whizzer will react to as if they're having the same conversation. But it feels like the literal only way to do that is through trial and error.
prepare to die, capitalist oppressor.
Are you trying to pick a fight with me, son?
No, I'm just trying to educate you on a very important issue.
What did he say?
Don't you realize that I've always loved you?
Oh, well, I'm flattered, son, but I'm afraid it wouldn't work out between us.
What are you talking about?
Is he taking it well?
Buck up, Whizzer. There'll be other presidents.
I don't understand.
They're confused, Whizzer. Try it again from the top.
Where was I? Oh, right. Soda
I feel like this
abuse.
general concept makes a lot of sense, and the execution is not reading to me at all. And I'm not sure if that's more me or the game that's having the issue.
Your reign of terror?
Those are fighting words.
But soda abuse.
What was that?
We will lay waste to your cities and dance upon the bones of your children.
I think I've heard just about enough.
Soda abuse is a difficult topic, sir. But if you'll just hear me out...
Beg for your life and I will kill you last.
Wait a second. I heard that. That's not what I said at all.
What was that?
It loses something in the translation. Let's start over from the top.
Where
It's
was
also kind of weird that it handles inconsistently, like the fail states.
How long can this epidemic continue?
Come again?
He said,
Haven't tried the drink one? I thought I did try the drink one. But like
what's a guy got to do to get a drink around here?
Aha, I know what you need. An ice cold orange sugar fizz. I swear by him.
No, that's not what I want at all. I must resist. But I am thirsty, and just one couldn't hurt.
Frosty cold and so delicious.
All the progress I've made. They were about to give me my 5-week pin.
I almost feel bad about this.
I don't have a conscience, Sam. What's your excuse?
Oh, blessed angels of carbonation, fill me with your syrupy nectar.
Ew.
Yeah, now
so
I'm
the
not so
idea
much
is that he
guilty
has
as
to,
repulsed.
he and the Secret Service guy has to escort
I
him.
need more. I need a bathroom. Which way is the bathroom?
Which way is the war room?
It's that door right over there. But I don't...
Oh, thank you.
Where do you think you're going?
I've got to get in there. Bad.
We've got a priority red number 2 here in the Oval Office.
No, it's a number 1,
just
actually.
number 1.
Yeah, it's a number
Escorting
1.
the suspect to holding cell for interrogation. Come with me, sir.
But it'll only take a second. Please, let me go.
That was fun.
Okay, now I didn't catch all that. What did he say?
Why am I going over there to hit him in
Now
the
it's
head?
time for some checks and balances, Freelance Police style. Max, will you do the honors?
Gladly.
Look it, fellas. My fingertips look like little tadpoles.
They just don't make these guys like they used to.
That's no guy, Max. It's a damned ugly puppet.
That explains why it looks like a ventriloquist
should have been
dummy.
our first clue.
Our first clue should have been the swirly eyes. But, silly me, I thought hypnotizee, not hypnotizer.
What?
Yes, an ingenious device being used to hypnotize the TV-watching public. But who was controlling him?
Gonna
Toy
take
Mafia.
days to get that smell out of the interrogation room. What? What have you done?
He was like that when we got here.
Sam did it.
So these two numbskulls managed to off the president.
It was a deep tissue massage gone horribly wrong. Ninjas.
Sam did it.
Still, ratings from the last State of the Union address were even lower than reruns of Midtown Cowboys.
Hey, I resent that
Didn't
as the
expect to have to
Midtown
replace
Cowboys.
the president so soon, but now that these idiots have forced my hand,
We're standing right here.
We can hear everything you're saying.
We're hearing your
time for a
soliloquies and
leader that
asides.
people will have to listen to. Agents Jackson, Burr, and DeGambe, we are moving the timeline forward. Commence phase 2 of the operation. I'll prepare the new candidate.
Is he from Manchuria?
Not quite
Yeah,
the
I mean-
reaction I would have expected from a Secret Service agent discovering 2 people over the decapitated body of the president.
What do you you think this fake body is made of? Can I keep it?
No time for that now, Max. We've got to stop the... Wait, what's that noise?
That's a tall and distinguished-looking gentleman, wouldn't you say?
Blessed scuba diving Buddha on a banana boat with cocktail onions and a map to the stars' homes.
Yeah!
They've reanimated America's most beloved president.
I always thought Taft was shorter.
Not Taft, you deficient.
My fellow Americans, I am Abraham Lincoln. As you know by now, your president was recently murdered by two mysterious interpreters. But turn
no one
not
cares
to
about
fear
that,
and
luckily.
despair. I have returned to guide us through this troubled time. A vote for me is a vote for Abraham Lincoln.
I'll get it!
What's that? Uh-huh. Lincoln Memorial. Right. Hydraulic motors and robotic implants. Yes. Okay. I see. We're on it.
Wrong number?
That was the commissioner, Max. If this new Mecha Lincoln wins the emergency election, the nefarious forces controlling him will have unchecked power to destroy the entire free world.
I hate when they do that.
That's why one of us is going to have to run against him.
You got to answer the phone.
Okay, fair's fair. Max, we're going to make you
It definitely
the
shouldn't be the one wearing a suit.
United States.
Yes!
Oh, look, a bonus star. Yeah, much like how Sam and Max Hit the Road had an entirely geographically accurate map of the United States, this is definitely how the electoral process works in the United States. Don't think too hard about it. I don't love that puzzle. I think that idea is really good, and I don't think the game does, like, a really good job of, like, signaling what it wants you to do there. It's, like, a really esoteric, like, divorced from logic solution. Like, that feels very trial and error in a way that it, like, absolutely doesn't need to be. Like, I may have missed something along the way there, but I feel like the only way to really get to the solution of, like, I want him to take a drink so that I can tell him the wrong room to pee in, that's just, like, not... That's not, like, a normal thought process, I feel like. How did the commissioner know to call the White House to reach us? Because he's the commissioner. He's super well-informed. That's how we stay on top of the issues of the day. I don't know who to talk to or why. Oh, hang on. Can I have the president's severed head?
It's the severed head of the president.
I yearn to hold it aloft and turn giant sea atrocities to stone.
You're thinking of Medusa's head.
Oh yeah, I always get those two heads confused.
Hey, Jimmy.
Beat it.
He's too busy talking with his candidate. Who do you like in the election?
My money's on Lincoln, and Lincoln's on my money.
Clever.
I like my Lincoln on my money and my money on my mind.
It's the cue cards for Lincoln's speech. I'm glad that I've been given one more life to give for my country. Post no bills. I'm surprised this sign survived.
I feel like I need this at some point, and I don't know if I need the game to, like, prompt me for it before I can start taking it.
It's Lincoln's campaign flyer. I want you. Honest, dedicated, over a century of experience.
There it is.
Lincoln is your man.
This is a thing I definitely want and need. Well, I don't know what other steps it wants me to take right now, but I sure know what to do with that.
Sam?
I don't think we get to do the calendar until pretty close to the end of the chapter, for reasons that are spoilers. I can try it, but I'm fairly certain it won't work. Because the calendar represents something in particular. I am going to do exactly that, Neko. We're most certainly going to try and hook Sybil up with Abraham Lincoln. Because she wanted someone who's tall, with history, and distinguished. And, I mean, come on. Who better?
What's this? A new application?
Yeah, it's for a friend of ours.
Let's see. Not the Abraham Lincoln. He's tall, distinguished, loves the theater. He sounds perfect.
Loves the theater. Rough.
That chump doesn't have half my cute, fluffy marketability.
Do you think your computer can find him a date?
Computer, nothing. This guy sounds perfect for me. Oh, but he didn't leave his phone number. Next time you see him, give him my number. I'd love to meet him.
Guess I could just go try talking to him. Hey, Sarah, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How's your week going? I think it's a safe bet that you did not also see S Club in concert this week. I bet you're jealous.
Off to the White House.
Just kidding.
Oh boy!
It's a niche market, but man, that crowd loved it, and so did I. It's going alright. That seems like an improvement from, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, when you showed up and were like, everything is bad, and I'm like, same.
White paint.
Can I get in there at any point? I genuinely don't remember.
Barbecue.
Everything somebody would need to renovate, decorate, and then accidentally burn the place to the ground.
Later, Max, later.
That was last week? See, that throws me off too. That's just seems much longer ago than that. Yeah, I've been like a weirdly fortunate position, as I've mused about a few times recently, that like all the bands I like suddenly are coming to America when like previously they all had a history of not doing that. First Confidence Man, then S Club, and now Sophie Ellis Bextor is coming in May. I got myself a ticket for that. I haven't really worked out logistics, but I need to go to that. It will complete the trifecta of like all the bands I've ever wanted to see, except Late Night Alumni. But I don't know the last time they've toured. Frankly, I only know if them ever doing like one live show. They probably do more, but I don't think they tour. I think they just kind of do stuff spontaneously. This doesn't seem to be letting me get in. I guess I'll check the calendar just for the sake of doing it. But again, it's my impression that will not work yet. When will Flavor Trip come here? That's a good point. My guess is probably not for a long time. But then again, S Club and Sophie Ellis Bextor, Confidence Man was not quite as much of a long shot, because technically they had been to the US before, just not toured here. They did like a festival in New York or something.
Sir. Only the president may use the presidential calendar.
You're here for your birthday this month, but can't afford it. What band is that, Sarah? Is it some trendy band I've never heard of? Because I mostly only know of European bands that were popular years ago. Oh, Fall Out Boy. I know that one. Fall Out Boy's great. I would expect that to be
America,
expensive.
It's me, Max. Remember, a vote for me is a vote for prosperity, alacrity, and the tyranny of my furry white iron fist. Thank you.
Just trying to
It's a
click
stack
these.
of
Can I have
pithy
them?
campaign slogans. The buck stops here, 1,000 points of light, and I did not have sex with that woman.
Well, I did, but I didn't inhale.
It's so upsetting. It's really, really upsetting. God. I was actually, like, really surprised at how reasonable tickets were to most of these shows. The ones that I've seen. Confidence Man was like $20 a ticket, which is absurd. They're so good. S Club was definitely more expensive, more in line with what I expect like a concert to be like. But like Sophie Ellis Bextor was like $50. That's insane to me. She's never come to the US. She's a big deal. Alright, I'm making progress despite not making progress. If I talk to Abe Lincoln, can I tell him about
Mr.
my lady
Lincoln,
friend?
As a candidate for office, my pal Max would like to engage in a thoughtful discussion of the key issues.
Followed by a round of spiteful mudslinging.
I see. Well, this is a bit irregular. As you're well aware, I'm the most beloved president in history. So I just assumed I'd be running unopposed.
Oh, no, you didn't. You ain't all that.
I freed the slaves.
I was star of a popular television sitcom.
I'm on the penny.
I was on TV.
Now, gentlemen, we can resolve this like adults through moderate reasoned debate.
Very well, then. In the spirit of democracy, I say, bring it.
It has been
it's a
brought.
beautiful day on the White House lawn as we bring you
Did I
the
say
first
hey,
in a series
Blinken?
of debates for this
Probably.
emergency election for U.S. President. In the Republican corner, we have the giant animated statue of Abraham Lincoln. And representing the Random Violence and Destruction Party, there is the hyperkinetic, rabbit-like creature known as Max. Acting as completely impartial moderator for the debates will be Sam. The candidates are ready, so let's listen in.
So I think there's essentially no way I can pass this as this stands, but I think this will give me information to succeed at this later. Neko asks, what did he mean by that comment? Did he hold his breath the whole time he had sex with that woman? I think it's like more... It's just... I mean, it's a reference to... Oh, Lord. I'm dropping frames like crazy. Despite the fact that it says my internet connection is like really good. And it's back. Yeah, this week I've been having some like weird internet spikes, which is really frustrating because like I just had to adjust my package with my internet service provider, and like I'd never had these problems before, and like none of the equipment changed, and like now it's been like doing weird stuff. I was concerned that it might affect the stream, but if that's our outage, that's probably fine. But specifically, Neko, it's like a reference to just like the Bill Clinton hearings. Or no, wait, no, the I did not inhale. That was President Bush, right? God, politics are stupid. American politics, anyway. Progress, right, for Twitch? Anyway, let's actually make some progress. Oh yeah, I think the first question should be, we found you a woman.
Mr.
Can I have that
Lincoln,
debate?
We've picked out a single lady friend
Was that
who
also
would be
Clinton?
just
I
perfect
thought
for you.
She has a job and still has all her own teeth.
Let me give you her number so you can give her a call.
Ain't no reanimated president too big to appreciate a booty call. Know what I'm saying?
What? The idea is preposterous. I've been happily married for over 150 years. I would never consort with another woman.
Oh, I see. So the rumors are true.
What rumors?
Nothing.
Let's have Max warm up the crowd with a joke.
This election reminds me of a droll story. It seems Chester A. Arthur and the Pope were kayaking down the Amazon one day. Suddenly, a tiny kangaroo fish swims up the Pope's and lodges itself in his. Arthur grabs the Pope's pliers and swelled up like a melon. And the Pope says, "Thanks. Last time that happened, McKinley wanted to." No, wait. I think I told it wrong. I'm a uniter, not a divider. I foresee an America under one rule, an iron-fisted rule. One rabbit, one law. Let your neighbors know that dissent will not be tolerated. All hail Max.
I think this is going well.
I have a dream, America. It starts out where I'm in an all-nude production of Death of a Salesman on Ice, but I haven't studied and I can't remember my lines. Suddenly, it begins to rain marshmallows, but that's okay because trees are made of graham crackers and chocolate bars are the official currency. I believe that by working together, we can make that dream a reality. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. And the chupacabra, Madre de Dios, he'll kill us all.
What else we got?
Greetings, miserable proles. People of Earth, your day of reckoning is at hand.
Stall for time.
I believe in the ideal of a global community, where America is but a small part. We must set aside our differences and work with our fellow nations, all united towards one goal: the complete and utter annihilation of the godless Belgians.
That seems extreme.
I want to see a return to the prosperity of the America we once knew. A chicken in every pot, and vice versa.
A turducken with the pod inside the chicken.
Contestants, it's time for our lightning round. Mr. Lincoln, I'm going to name some of the tough issues facing our country today. I'd like you to sum up your stand on those issues in a few concise words.
Well, all right. I'm afraid this will have to be completely off the top of my head, as I have nothing prepared.
How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
I'm glad that I've been given one more life to give for my country.
And Lincoln is once again using his trusted campaign slogan, which is pleasing the crowd, but having no effect on his poll ratings.
Where do you stand on religion and schools?
I'm glad that I've been given one more life to give for my country.
Lincoln pulls out his trusted catchphrase for this election, which
see.
delights the
Okay,
crowd,
so
but
that's how
seems
this
to
is
have no
set up.
effect on the polls.
How would you describe your tax plan?
I'm glad that I've been given one more life to give for my country.
And Lincoln dodges the question by pulling out his trusty campaign slogan, which pleases the crowd but has no effect
what's
on
from
the
Austin
polls.
Powers Ice Bunny? Oh, the Belgian comment? Is that from Goldmember? Was it Belgium he hated? His dad? His dad had some weird grudge. I thought it was... I don't remember.
That's enough for now.
Keep 'em coming.
Okay, hold on a second.
Time out.
I'm drunk with power, but it just goes right through me.
Give me all you got.
Let me try something.
It's time for another in this ongoing series of debates between
Was
Abraham
it the
Lincoln
Dutch?
and Max. We turn you over
It
to our
sounds
impartial
right.
moderator, Sam.
Not that it's right to hate the Dutch. That just sounds like the thing that Austin Powers' dad had the random tirade against. Okay, let's talk about the issues. And how do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
Give me all you got.
And Lincoln has apparently offered to take all the nation's toxic waste for himself. A noble promise, but it doesn't seem to have helped him in the polls.
What about
How would
taxes?
you describe your tax plan?
Give me all you got.
And candidate Lincoln has proposed one
There
shocker
we
of
go.
an economic strategy, which even Democrats are calling a trifle excessive. That had to have hurt him in the polls.
Ooh, Nader's catching up. 1%. Ah. I see what to do. So he basically... we're Ron Burgundying Abe Lincoln. Whenever we ask him a question on the issues, he just looks at this easel, and whatever we put there, he'll just read out. So we just have to find the most incriminating thing. So now I'm going to ask him about toxic waste, and he'll say free home delivery, as if to say he will send toxic waste to everyone's house.
Mr. Lincoln, I'd like you to tell the voters your stand on some of the tough issues.
Very well.
How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
Free home delivery.
Ooh, an effective but very controversial proposal from candidate Lincoln. And the crowd did not like that idea one bit. Let's see how it affected the polls.
See, Nader's up to 11% now. I'm not even sure this is helping. What do I still have? I think I need one more other than
I did
this.
not have sex with that woman. Mr. Lincoln, perhaps you'd like to speak about the importance of family values.
Of course. A strong family unit is the rock upon which our society is built. It's easy today, in this age of your blinged-out horseless carriages and racy daguerreotype magazines, to believe that honesty and fidelity are outdated concepts. But I stand proud. I have been completely faithful to my lovely wife, Mary Todd, for over 70 years. I've never even looked at another woman.
How do I entrap him on this?
Mr. Lincoln, the networks are looking for a soundbite. Would you care to share a few words with us?
Thank you. This is a date that will be remembered for centuries to come. Today is the day we return America.
This is aged poorly.
I stand here at the steps of the White House, not above the people, but with the people. Only one man can lead the nation through this troubled time. I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man. The time to act is now. Thank you.
I said basically the same thing.
Why do you think Chuckles needs to ride on Abraham Lincoln's shoulder like he's his Pikachu or something?
Mr. Lincoln, here's our friend Sybil's number. Why don't you give her a call?
I've already told you. I'm the family values candidate. I'm happily married and would never dream of telephoning another woman.
So he doesn't know the word picture or photo in regards to, like, a relatively modern camera. But he does know what a telephone is. That's kind of interesting. So what do we need for this?
Very well.
That's enough for now. Time out.
I think we're on the verge of a real...
A 1,000 points of light. The buck stops here. Free home delivery. Give me all you got. I'm glad that I've been given one more life to give for my country. Two wrongs don't make a right.
I think that's what I need. I remember getting hung up on this easel at some point, and I think it's the same thing now where I'm like, I feel like I need another sign, and I think it was buried there the whole time.
Mr. Lincoln, I'd like you to tell the voters your stand on some of the tough issues.
Very well.
How about your stance on religion and schools?
Where do you stand on religion and schools?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Did we hear that right? Lincoln just came down against both religion and education. Wow, that's gotta hurt him in the polls.
We tied now? Yeah, we need one more thing. Nader's really catching up, man. Yeah, so I have to wreck his home. Is there, like a Mrs. Lincoln memorial someplace? Like, he talks about having been married for like 175 years or something like that, but, he's been a statue that's been brought to life through unknown means.
I did not have sex with that woman.
I'm gonna leave that one there. I don't think any of the others are immediately important. I clearly need to do something with Sybil.
Hey, this phone only takes Susan B. Anthony dollars.
It must be one of those stupid 555 phones.
Yes, actually. 55.
Can I have her call here? I don't know why it wouldn't have given me that option before, but I might as well try.
Sam?
trick him into making a phone call. I don't know what issue would cause him to make a phone call. Let's talk to these guys, see how we're progressing.
Find an ammo store around here?
I've got some extra you could have. What are you packing? 45 caliber?
You're not very good Secret Service agents, are you?
One of these guys gave me, like, an analysis on how our candidate was doing before. But I guess we're not doing that anymore. I don't think I can make him make a call. None of those feel like they do that, and I feel like I've tried them.
Where are we going, Sam?
Give me all you got should be the tax question. We did eventually get on that. I thought we might be able to apply it to, like, him wanting more toxic waste initially, but the taxes does make more sense. It was kind of just going top down, and that seemed like it made sense. Classic SAT question failure of, like, it is a good fit, but is it the best fit? Maybe we just make the call. Maybe we just do the call again? We did it last time. Our phone is still off the hook. It's good attention to detail and also very stupid.
Who are you calling, Sam?
Why can I call Sybil? Maybe I can call... Oh.
Nobody.
Hold on. I know what I've done wrong. I have to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the bug. I have to, like, get him to say something about his love for his wife, and then play that
Where are we going,
over the phone to Sybil, so that she'll, like, show up to the White House and scandalize Abraham Lincoln while he's making a statement about being a family values candidate. Now, I don't exactly recall. That seems preposterous.
Mr. Lincoln, would you like to say a few words to the audience?
Thank you. This is a date that will be remembered for centuries to come. Today is the day we return America to greatness. I stand here at the steps of the White House, not above the people, but with
a little bit above. Like a little bit above them.
Only one man can lead the nation through this troubled time. I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man. The time to act is now. Thank you.
I've heard better addresses from the 411 operator.
What did you just say?
Hey, Lincoln! Captain Ahab called. He wants his beard back.
I'm gonna slap you silly, you little punk.
Save it for the debate, Max.
That's not what I was expecting. Is there something I could do with that before I try? Because, like, that was like a very specific game prompt, is that I put the bug down and then that conversation happened apropos of nothing. Ahoy, Alcadius, welcome to the stream. How you doing this week? Welcome to Friday. Like, I don't think I can use this to sabotage him directly because it would just be clear that he's not talking, right? This would be a date. Well, let's see what the bug actually picked up, I guess. Wait.
Listen, maggot, don't bug me till you want to bug somebody else. You got me.
Wait, it didn't pick up a quote? Then why does it make him say a bunch of crap? That's really weird. Shouldn't it just do nothing?
This is a date that will be remembered for centuries to come. Today is the day we return America to greatness. I stand here at the steps of the White House, not above the people, but with the people. Only one man can lead the nation through this troubled time. I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man. The time to act is now. Thank you.
I'm assuming that even though it doesn't, all of the prompting on this is off from what we've experienced with the listening device before. Normally you put it down and then time passes, you pick it up and it tells you what he said. Instead, I put it down and he says a bunch of stuff and I pick it up and it doesn't repeat it. Like, all of the prompting is off, but I think I meant to assume that it got all of that, even though I feel like it's genuinely misleading, and then I'm gonna play that for Sybil. I think that is what we will do. Like, I was just waiting for the game to confirm what we had, because that's how it's worked literally every time we've used the bug so far.
Back to the office.
Shotgun!
Okay, this is your 10 hours into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Are you starting from the beginning? I genuinely don't understand the game structure of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hasn't it been released in several installments, much like the Sam and Max Telltale Games originally were?
Who are you calling, Sam?
It's too stupid not to use this on the pizza.
Mr. Pizza.
I stand here at the steps of the White House. The time to act is now.
Apparently, Washington is outside their delivery area.
It was a nice
I really wanted that pizza.
Who are you calling, Sam?
I don't even actually know what I would expect this to do. Final Fantasy VII Remake was the first game. Now, hold on. Someone had made it very clear to me that Final Fantasy VII Remake was not a full... Like, when the remake was released, it didn't cover the entire story. That description seems anachronistic. But if that's true, then that... remake is the first half of the game. Okay, but then the answer that was given to me is not correct, right? Up until Gold Saucer. Is Gold Saucer halfway through 7? It's been like 1,000 years. Remake was a whole game. It was one part of a trilogy. These answers are completely opposed to each other. It can't be a whole game if it's part of a single game remake. I defy you. Like, I think I understand what you're saying, but I disagree with your interpretation of facts.
The White House.
This is Abraham Lincoln. I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man.
What? I'm Abraham Lincoln.
I am Abraham Lincoln.
Identity theft schemes I keep hearing
I
about.
was born in 500 log cabins.
Who are you calling, Sam?
Sybil.
Hello? Abe? Is that you?
I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man.
I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man.
Oh, well, Mr. President, it's just such an honor to talk to you. I saw your application, and I was wondering, would you like to go out sometime?
I really like this idea. I don't like that it doesn't follow the conventions that they already established for how this thing works. This is a date that will be remembered for centuries.
This is a date that will be remembered for centuries to come.
Oh my, you are a charmer, aren't you? Well then, Mr. Rail Splitter, where would you like to meet?
Mr. Rail Splitter? Like, I understand the reference, but I still don't like it. Okay, Anime says, Square made it so they're breaking up the original Final Fantasy VII game into 3 separate games. Right. Okay, but I just want to be clear. The thing I originally asked was like... Because it was stated that Final Fantasy Remake was, like, was the remake. And then I was like, no, wait, wasn't it split into multiple parts? And the answer given to me was effectively no. That's all I'm saying. Like, before this started, my understanding was that they had taken Final Fantasy VII and made it into multiple releases. I feel like I said that. I feel like I literally said that. So we're on part 2 of question mark, because I'm not putting it past us to not do the Hobbit thing. Where originally the Hobbit was, like, expected to be 1 movie, and then it was, like, announced to be 2, and then it was 3, I think. I've never seen it. I mean, that isn't it though, Arcadius? 1 game is released as 3 parts. Is that not episodic content? I don't actually feel like I'm being super pedantic. I feel like I was expressing myself. I don't know why I'm mad about this. I think I'm just too stupid to be having this conversation. The point is, I'm mad that I don't like Final Fantasy Remake, however many names you want to give it. And maybe I'm salty about the fact that in addition to them doing something I didn't want them to do with it, it's multiple games. You don't want to. The Hobbit is terrible. I mean, that's a strong endorsement considering I'm not like a particularly huge Lord of the Rings fan to begin with. Remake. Honestly, if that's the naming scheme for those games, it would make a whole lot more sense to me. Neko, you were thinking the Hobbit thing too. I'm just not convinced that we've set in stone 3 of them. Anyway, the real point is, how are you liking Rebirth is the new one? I think it says, I have a personal issue with the remake games. Do you mean the Final Fantasy ones in particular? Or like remake as a concept? Like, I think I get being mad about remakes, but frankly, by the nature of how like video game consoles and graphics cards and things work, like I'm generally pro remakes within reason. This game is 50 hours in fair. That's pretty wild. Is it fair to say they aren't full games? I mean, I'm gonna die on this hill, yes, because it's a remake of a game it didn't finish telling the story of. In my mind, that makes it definitionally an installment of a full game. I respect having a different opinion, but I will not budge on this unless you come up with some astronomically clever argument. Because, like, if you make a remake and you don't tell the whole story, you've not finished remaking the game. You're still remaking the same game. If I think about it long enough, I'll remember why. Katane, how dare you ask me to think on my live stream? Have you seen me struggle to play this fairly straightforward adventure game? I'm barely functioning. I think she was like, where are we going to meet? And also, it's the only thing in this conversation that we have. It's really funny. You could just say wrong number at the end. I'm here at the White House.
I stand here at the steps of the White House.
At the White House. Got it. What time should I meet you?
The time to act is now.
The time to act is now.
Oh, I love that decisiveness. I'll rush right over.
I'm gonna slap you silly, you little punk.
I didn't choose that.
That last part.
I will feast on your entrails and devour your soul.
What? Abe? What's going on?
See you soon. Gotta go.
I see your point as well, Cadius. I don't know why I'm being like super angry about this.
Are the bedrock of this nation.
Like,
our fidelity,
it is like a AAA release being a 50-hour thing. But like, to me, it's not, until you finish remaking the game, it's not a distinct product.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Lincoln.
I believe we have a question in the audience from someone who is not candidate Lincoln's wife.
Just to be clear,
hi,
not
Sam.
married to this woman.
Hi, Max.
Greetings, random harlot.
Abe, I'm here. Are you ready for our date?
What? I've never seen this woman before in my life.
But on the phone, you sounded so eager to meet me.
Listen to me, America. I did not arrange a date with this woman.
Oh, so she's good enough to fool around with, but not to date?
Savage.
Mr. Lincoln, I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Family values Abe caught in tryst with career woman. Polls down. Oh, sweet, we're beating out Nader. I was really concerned about that
Results
one.
from the emergency election are coming in, and it appears that former sitcom star Max has been elected President of the United States.
This chapter hasn't aged as well as I would like it to, despite it being very well
The
written.
country's political parties have desperately asked for a recount. Let's cut to the White House lawn to hear candidate Lincoln's address.
You've got to be b***ing me, you idiots!
Ah, crap, I forgot we installed laser eyes in presidential statue.
Democracy? I will make you all.
Oh, you're heading out, Keen? Thanks for watching.
Max, that robotic Abe Lincoln will enslave the entire East Coast if we don't stop him.
Who cares? I'm the president of the U.S. Let's go bomb someone into oblivion.
Chuckles doesn't seem bothered by this turn of events.
Abe Lincoln must die.
Yes!
Okay, great. Now, Max is president, which means we can go mess with the calendar and do that thing that was alluded to earlier. I mean, I think Katie says, I think for me it depends on how much content there is in it. They added side quests and optional things and just basically make it into a game experience. I mean, it certainly makes sense to me in terms of justifying a full game price tag.
People will vote for anyone.
I'm just an old
these
man.
days. Obviously. What's that supposed to mean? It means... Never mind.
Look, Max, all the soda poppers are here.
I don't have time for foreign dignitaries. Check out all the cool stuff on my new desk.
Let's see. Calendar
it's the
time.
official United States calendar.
12 of the hottest Supreme Court justices in their skimpiest, naughtiest swimsuits.
Even better, Max. You can actually change the official date.
Oh boy!
It does feel like we should try out all of these holidays, but we'll do this thing first.
We now declare today April 8th, Easter Sunday.
Cripes, we'd better start hiding eggs on the White House lawn.
Already did it, Sam.
Max, are these the eggs that are made of metal and shaped like a pineapple and have a pin in them?
Don't be silly, Sam. I took the pins out first.
Ooh, let's go find it. Give the kids sodas. As president, we could probably do that, for sure. Put a turn of events, now we want to assassinate Lincoln. Yeah, and now we don't have to disrupt an evening at the theater to do it. No, I need to go do it. It's true that Robot Lincoln is trying to hypnotize
You mean
America.
a carefully hidden item of absolutely no actual value?
Exactly.
Oh, fun. That's the trophy. I think there's like one... I think there's 2 trophies per chapter. I think there's like one for completing the chapter and one for like an arbitrarily assigned task. And that's this one. I think we'll probably get some like fun addresses from Max by choosing other holidays, but other than that, I don't know how super important this is.
We now declare today April 3rd, the beginning of Passover. Shalom. Let my people go. Oh boy.
He's so excited about the calendar every time.
We now declare today April 27th, Arbor Day.
Everybody go outside today and hug a tree.
Hug nothing. This year I'm hoping to get to second base. Oh boy. We now declare today April 22nd, Earth Day.
People of America, take this day to ignore all practical concerns and devote all your attention to one day of crackpot extreme environmentalist activism, which you'll forget about for the rest of the year.
People of Berkeley, California, keep up the good work.
No. I missed Sarah's comment that Max's desk is much bigger than his last one. It's true.
Oh boy.
It is a big step up. I had that thought to myself before the stream, and I didn't know if anyone else would appreciate it since we haven't spent much time looking at his desk, but I'm glad that you're right there with me, Sarah.
We now declare today April 26th, Secretary's Day.
That's supposed to be Administrative Professionals Day.
Wow, Sam. When I picked you for vice president, I didn't know you were such a politically correct bleeding heart liberal.
All right, then. Secretary's Day.
Can I have these fun
It's
ribbons
the
now?
Secretary of Presidential Whimsy ribbon. Looks like Max can use this to appoint someone as an honorary cabinet secretary.
Just gonna put that in my cardboard box. feel like that does have something to do with Secretary's Day. I just had a sense that Secretary's Day would be the day I actually needed to leave it on because the others didn't seem as relevant.
Hey, look, Max. It's the presidential discretionary budget. You have $100 million to allocate however you want.
What a delightfully random and convenient figure.
How do I put Bosco on here? Maybe if I go back to Bosco's place, then we'll add it to the presidential budget, and then I can allocate funds, and then get the truth serum that I genuinely have no recollection of what purpose it serves.
Whee! Where are we going, Sam?
With the pencil? I did try, believe it or not. I did try to use the movement stick to go over to the pencil in case it was that easy, but I don't think that works. Oh, we can just chase Lincoln. That's fun. I don't think that's what we're doing yet. Is Hublis's sole purpose in this chapter for us to steal that sign from him? I think it is. We may want to go console Sybil.
Oh, Mr. President, please, do not execute me.
Oh, that's fun. I guess we should talk to various characters and see how they react to Max being president now.
Yeah?
Tell us about that missile defense system again.
I'm working on modifying BTAD's Part 2. But once I get funding for it, it'll be able to shoot down any ICBMs targeted at the store.
So we're going to use BTAD's Part 2.5 to take down Lincoln, even though we have a war room. That seems like it should do that.
We want to buy something.
Ah, it's evil, but necessary private enterprise.
We'll take that truth serum.
It's yours for only 100 million American dollars.
I seem to have left my $100 million in my other suit. We'll be back.
Okay, the fact that he gave that line makes me think that this worked the way I intended for it to. That, like, it has prompted a change in the game. I would like for that to just be added if I've already done that, but this relatively sophisticated programming, so I'll forgive that one. For Max hasn't seen the war room yet. Now, I was told that I can't go into the war room until war were declared. Oh my god, wait a minute. What did this sign, what did the window say before? Because now it says love is for suckers written in red because she's scorned by Abraham Lincoln. And I do believe the other one just says Abe Lincoln must die, which is the chapter title. Oh, I think it said love is for everyone. Was he always Russian? No. I think in every chapter since the first one, Bosco's been, like, putting on some kind of accent under the guise that, like, someone's after him because he's, like, a conspiracy theorist. Oh, I probably want this bizarre device.
Hey, Sybil. How are things in the world of computer-generated romance?
Oh, I'm not doing that anymore. Can you believe that guy? Never mentioning that he was married? Men are such self-centered jerks.
Preach it, girlfriend!
So you changed careers again?
Yeah, now I'm running a dating service.
Come again?
A carbon dating service.
That's
I bought
so
this
stupid.
Astoundingly useful machine that tells me how old things are.
What a very, very, very stupid joke.
There's a reason you're not invited to birthday parties anymore.
I wanted a fresh start and a new career to get my mind off that fiasco with Honest Abe. This wasn't my first choice, but I got a good deal on the carbon dating equipment online, and I couldn't afford to change my sign.
The last one he saw had the awful British accent. That was, yeah, I think that was a couple weeks ago? Because last week was French, right? Because we had the whole exchange with no. Yeah, I figured some people may not have seen all of them, so the joke is kind of lost on you. It just seems like a weird character trait. But yeah, that's the idea, is that, like, Bosco will continue to be super paranoid about things, and so I think throughout all of Season 1, he keeps doing the accent trick. And then I forget, like, what the gimmick is in Season 2, but the nature of his conspiracy theories changes in a way that I find amusing. We've seen Pat Accent Man before. Case in point, Neko. But yes, he has been in every episode so far. Not Hit the Road, but all of the Telltale games have him in them.
You're having financial problems?
I'm afraid so. After my public humiliation with Lincoln, all the applicants for my dating service demanded their money back. Not to mention all the money tied up in pending litigation with the clients who watched Max's dating video.
That's
stated
fair.
very clearly up front that viewer discretion was advised.
Believe
that's
me,
not on
I
him.
would love to just close up shop for a while and take a vacation. Forget about Honest Abe and all the lawsuits.
It was a wardrobe malfunction.
But unless I get a major windfall, I have to hope the carbon dating business takes off.
I feel like there's some logical fallacy that we're going to have to employ to complete this chapter using cartoon logic instead of real logic. I like that this remains as how's business again when the answer is like basically like sob openly. Vasco the conspirator. Very good, Alcadius. Again, sorry for coming in hot. I don't know why I was so mad about the Final Fantasy discussion. I do hope you're enjoying it. That product is not for me, much like many Magic the Gathering things. Sorry, that's a Magic the Gathering catchphrase. Is that they started making like questionable products that were like too expensive, and the company just kept being like, this product may not be for you. I'm really excited about Modern Horizons 3, which I assume will be just a mess, because all of the Modern Horizon sets will be bad, but this one will have more flipwalkers in it, and I want them desperately. Like, I very badly want them, particularly because one of them might be Vraska. I really want Flip Vraska. You don't understand. Tell me about how the carbon dating works. I'm pretty sure you just point that radar gun at something and it tells you its age.
How does carbon dating work?
I don't know. Something about carbon-14 and half-lives and radiation.
I'm impressed with your detailed scientific knowledge. Very professional.
That's the beauty of it. I don't really need to know anything. I just aim my little machine at something and it tells me how old it is. Allow me to demonstrate. This tiki is... Oh my gosh! It's 2,000 years old! This is fantastic!
You gonna sell it?
Absolutely! I can have my office put on the National Register of Historic Places. I might even get a grant. I'd be rich!
Can we borrow your carbon dating machine?
No way! That machine is still my only chance to take care of my money problems. Unless I get a grant, since I'm now on the National Register of Historic Places. There's no way I'm letting it out of my sight.
Okay, I understand.
Who could possibly need a freelance carbon dating service?
Plenty of people. Freelance archaeologists, independent historians, rogue paleobotanists.
It's also
gotta watch out for those rogue
paleobotanists. Party.
And now that Antiques Thunderdome is getting so popular, business is bound to pick up.
Antiques Thunderdome? The show where common everyday people bring random junk from around the house to a giant steel cage match and engage in a no-holds-barred appraisal to the death?
That's the one. Now everybody's convinced they have some priceless treasure in their attic, and their home will be declared a historic monument.
Interesting that these all stick around. That's fine. Maybe if I just shoot her and take what I need. I'm the good guy. I'm also a fan of Antiques Thunderdome, Alcadius. We in the fanbase, of course, call ourselves Fantiques, I guess. Actually, you know what? Can we talk to Hublis? Is there more Hublis-related information?
Hey, Hublis! Guess what? I'm the President of the United States!
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
So dumb. Okay, great. None of this seems relevant. Just thought he should know. Just thought he might like to know that we're president now. Oh, check it out. We have the presidential seal on the side of our DeSoto. That's good.
Where are we going, Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh, boy!
You know, if we elected a cartoon character as president, we would save a lot of money on security because, you know, someone would try to shoot at them and they'd just be covered in ash and their eyes would open up and like blink a couple times and then they'd shake off the ash and they'd be totally fine. Or maybe that's just Bugs Bunny, I'm not sure. Worth noting that the lawn is no longer a visitable location. Alright, so we can mess with the budget, presumably. I think we'll have 2 new things on here. Where do I go? Luffy for president? Yeah, he would be like a great pick. Oh no, we only have 1. That doesn't make any sense. I feel like we should definitely have Bosco on here because the figure cited was for... Okay, whatever. I want to just go resolve that, but I might as well figure out what's going on here exactly.
Max, you remember most omnipotent exaltedness Max Sama, overseer of the 9 cosmic planes. You remember Specs, the other soda popper.
We vaguely recognize our loyal subject.
What are you guys talking about?
Kiss the ring.
What? No.
What business do you have with the president?
We're here to get federal resolution on a dispute.
It wouldn't be a dispute if you...
If I what?
Nothing. Awkward.
Still mad at the child and his uncle's nepotism for last time. I mean, they're all brothers, I think, but that's fair. Can I inflict more cartoon violence on them? Let's hope so.
Sing your theme song for us.
No, I don't sing that anymore. I want to be respected as more than just a beloved TV celebrity.
If it makes you feel better, you were never really that beloved.
Sam and I always watched your show with detached irony.
What business do you have with...
We're here to get federal...
It wouldn't be if I...
No, they're just not gonna...
Awkward.
I have to ask the other one or something? Okay.
What have you been up to?
Winning an election. I'm now the governor of South Dakota.
Hey, just like Whizzer.
No, not just like Whizzer. I was the first one of us to run for office.
Like you invented it. You just... forget it.
What are you doing as governor?
I'm fixing the problems in the state and getting it back to perfect working order. Did you know that the Black Hills are really more of a greenish gray? I've got a committee addressing the problem.
But what about the Badlands?
We're making them even worse.
Oh, that's reassuring.
Later, Specs. Look, Max, it's our old pal. Look, Grand Imperial Warlord Maximus Optimus, keeper of the 7 Keys. It's our old pal, the former Child Star and Embarrassing Idol semifinalist, Peepers.
Embarrassing Idol semifinalist.
Child Star and Embarrassing Idol semifinalist, Governor Peepers.
You're a governor, too?
That's right. I got North Dakota. North Dakota, the leftover state.
I thought it was North Dakota, still warmer than Saskatchewan.
Hey, be nice. We've got a rich and varied history. North Dakota. Hope you like snow.
North Dakota, come climb all over our big white butte. Hey! Sorry, I got caught up in the moment.
What's there to do in North Dakota?
What's there to do in North Dakota?
Plenty! Snowmen, snow angels, snow forts, snowball fights, homemade ice cream, and of course the majesty of Mount Rushmore!
That hasn't been decided yet.
Right, I spoke too soon.
What business do you have in the Oval Office?
We need the president to settle custody of Mount Rushmore.
It's mine. Case closed.
Pen. Somewhere.
Just tell me where to sign. Great, the problem is solved. But seriously, if you guys see the president, tell him we're waiting.
Have you not been watching TV? Max is totally the guy. He has a business card that says he's like the CEO of the country or whatever.
Max really is president now.
It was in the papers. We haven't been watching the news back in Fargo. We've been so busy with the arms buildup. What was that?
Arms buildup?
Did I say arms buildup? I meant Winter Paradise Toboggan and Scrapbooking Jamboree.
Can't we all just get along?
We can if we all just keep quiet and avoid another incident. Honesty is rarely the best policy. All us presidents know that.
So long, peeps. Welcome back, Governor Wizard.
Third guy.
Here to give another demonstration on soda abuse?
That's not funny.
Why should your state get Mount Rushmore?
Because they just want it for tourism. But my plan will save lives. It'll
Tourist
become
lives?
a monument to soda abuse prevention. People will realize that just like Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and the other guy, they too can overcome their crippling addiction to carbonated beverages.
George Washington never had a soda addiction.
Yeah, I don't think
Why
that
do you
happened.
think he needed false teeth?
Because dentistry was, like, even worse?
How did West Dakota become a separate state?
The three of us ran for governor together. We got along so well during the campaign, and we were all such former TV celebrities that all three of us won. The voters realized they'd elected 3 governors for only 2 states. That's when the unpleasantness began.
And the Fire Nation attack?
What was the unpleasantness?
We fought for a long time about how to divide up the states.
There was almost a war, but we divided
Almost a
everything
war,
up
you said.
fairly and all agreed that Mount Rushmore should be in the South.
We did not! You!
I what?
You! Oh, never mind.
Thirsty?
Yes! But you're not going to offer me a soda, are you? You know I can't resist them.
We wouldn't do that. We've got, let's see here, orange soda, cola, grape soda, pop, some more orange soda, and tea.
Tea, please.
We're all out of tea. Soda?
Why are you doing this?
Because Kel's not around to talk about his love for orange soda.
Stay dry, Whizman. Hey, Specs. Later, Specs.
I feel as though the prompting in this mission is considerably worse than the earlier ones. Like, it's clear what the problem is, and there's just, like, no indication of, like, how the game wants me to proceed.
Stand aside, pal. The president needs to get into the war room.
Like, clearly I want to cause a war between those
Perhaps
states.
you didn't hear our advisor. We would like to see our war room.
No can do, sir. Orders.
You can't tell the president what to do. Let us into that room.
Just following orders, sir. No exceptions.
We are most definitely not amused.
Until I hear from Chuckles, my superior officer. I'm to guard this door.
Your superior officer is riding on the shoulder of a 20-foot-tall Abraham Lincoln statue that's destroying Washington.
It's covered in the contingency plan, sir.
Max says you can take a vacation.
We will make an exception just this once.
Thank you, sir, but no can do.
It's Secretary's Day.
I'm not a secretary, sir.
I can fix that. I got a
I'll
ribbon.
be back.
Roger that.
Max, I mean His Excellency El Jefe Maximilian I, Intimidator of the Realm, has a special surprise for you.
And this
get
time it
those
isn't
handkerchiefs
violence.
Ready. This could get sentimental.
Agent Superball, we have decided to reward you for your excellent service to your country, for your unwavering commitment to preventing us from being where we most desperately needed to be, for your unerring devotion to being a constant hindrance in our task. For all these things and more, we now dub thee Superball.
Probably not secretary in charge of guarding the war room door. Although I think that would still have the desired result. Sounds like a typical Telltale game to you. I mean, I imagine that's meant to be some level of sarcastic Italian, but I feel like if you want to criticize, like, the cliche Telltale thing, it's not that it's unclear what you should do next, it's that it's unclear what result your dialogue option will have. And yet all the characters will remember it.
Secretary of Mysterious Gaseous Emissions. So we have spoken, so it shall be.
Secretary of Farts. Made you the
hail
fart
Max.
guy.
I'm overwhelmed, sir. I don't know what to say.
Now run along to a cabinet meeting.
I'm afraid I can't do that, sir.
You've got to be kidding me.
I still have my orders.
Can I have my thing back?
Secretary Superball, the president would like you to take a memo.
To people of the planet Earth, we know what you've been doing. Cut it out. Hugs, your nuclear arsenal wielding leader, etc., etc.
Did you get all that?
No pencil, sir.
Why won't you let us into the war room again?
Just following orders, sir. I can't let anyone into the room. No exceptions.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Alright, 2 things to try next. We'll go see how the civil situation has changed, and then we'll try chasing Abraham Lincoln in our car, even though there's no way that will work. It might give us information. You meant more. Starts off strong and gets worse with each subsequent release. I don't know. I remember at least the last episode of Chapter 1 being quite strong. I think the last 2 might be pretty strong.
Where are we going, Sam?
The writing in this is pretty good. The game mechanics are, like, not...
Back to the office.
Shotgun!
On par with some of the earlier ones, in my opinion. Although also, and I might be blinded on this because my fixation with Season 2 largely has to do with a major story element rather than gameplay. But I also remember Season 2 being quite good. Or at least, I think it's Chapter 4 of Season 2 that is the one I really
Sybil
like.
left the door unlocked. She's probably living it up on some tropical island on the taxpayer's dime.
I bet she's getting abducted in some sleazy nightclub, forced to do unspeakable things for a power-mad despot, before narrowly escaping his volcano-top lair with only one of her kidneys left.
Don't be such a pessimist, Max.
Sorry, Sam. It's just no fair. We're stuck here working, and she gets to have all the fun.
It's Sybil's carbon dating machine.
If her front door is open, maybe she's just got, like, a crappy landlady like Ice Bunny and I do. Yeah, I find that annoying too, Neko. Like, it feels like we solved the issue there, but it seems like there were meant to be 2 levels to that puzzle, and we solved them out of order by being too clever, and we have to, like, stop Abraham Lincoln first or something? I don't know. Or at least, like, shoot at that guy's boss. So I don't actually, like, really understand why I have this carbon dating device, but I do have it.
True to its name, it's completely worthless.
Alright, so let's go chase Abraham Lincoln.
Where are we going, Sam?
Meant you literally didn't say the thing.
We're off to...
Oh, boy!
I mean, you might be right. I feel like... I genuinely think I'd be a little annoyed if I said to him, take a vacation because it's Secretary's Day, and he said no, and I made him secretary. If it required me to say that again, that feels pedantic. Like real pedantic.
Hey, Soups. Today is Secretary's Day. You have to take the day off.
It's the law, Jack!
A vacation? Permission to weep openly, sir.
Not just granted, but
encouraged. Alright, I'm clearly giving the programming of this game too much credit.
I love this country.
Because, like, that's... I mean, just like the financial book, it seems to me like the game should be sophisticated enough to, like, add it retroactively. But, like, it really wants me to go through the motions like I have no ability to think critically. That's okay. We can be like that.
The war room door is only openable in time of war.
See, like, it still doesn't even solve the problem. It's just annoying.
Where are we going, Sam?
Down with peace, I think, is basically Max's mantra, so at least that much is fitting.
After that rampaging Lincoln.
You're going down, Abe!
I mean, in fairness, the game did say it needed to be war earlier, which is why I thought I had to, like, do whatever with the stupid soda poppers.
Just had to follow the trail of broken campaign promises.
Got him.
That's pretty profound for a high-speed car chase, Max.
I like to think I transcend genre conventions, Sam.
I gotta say, it has genuinely always bothered me that they didn't call the 3 brothers on a soda-themed TV show the Soda Jerks. Like, that just seems like such low-hanging fruit. And, like, soda poppers isn't even, like, clever, in my opinion. This has always annoyed me. It doesn't matter at all. It's completely inconsequential. But it has always made me mad. And still does to this day. I'm gonna shoot Abraham Lincoln.
The bullets have no effect!
He's made of marble, Max, and fueled by rage.
What if I shoot his shoulder guy?
Lincoln we need to stop at this point.
Yeah, but like, what if I just want to shoot
Lincoln
this guy?
We need to stop at this point. My gun just isn't big.
Horn's not having any effect.
Lincoln smash!
He's a testy little emancipator, isn't he?
The soda jerks a pun. Yeah, soda jerks in like the 1930s or something were like people who like operated soda fountains at things like drugstores, is my recollection. Some of those details might be a little off, but like soda jerk was like slang for like someone who like distributed soda in like the relatively early days of soda being like a commodity. In what way is soda poppers a pun? Explain it to me and maybe I'll be less mad, because as far as I know it's not.
Where are we
Also,
going,
this
Sam?
I thought I might get information, but this is just like genuinely nothing.
Back to the office.
No, but like that's not that's just words. Because like soda jerk is a person, soda pop is a thing, soda poppers isn't a pun. Because popping off the cap or a tab. But like that, like, it's not like a thing people do. Like, you'd be annoyed if someone did that, unless they were like your friend at a barbecue. You don't want some like weird person touching the cap on your soda? That's gross. What do I need to carbon date? Oh, the weenies. I'll make this into like a historic monument or some ridiculous thing. It's a really sloppy episode. The like dialogue is really good. The gameplay feels all over the place to me.
Well, Bosco, by my readings, these weenies date from the early Cretaceous period.
It's a special bargain for you. Still tasty. A handful today only.
You don't understand. Your store is now a National Historic Place. These weenies are valuable artifacts.
Really? I mean, of course. Am preserving heritage of my people. Just how valuable are we talking about here?
We'll get back to you on that.
So yeah, this is... I think we go back to the budget book and allocate him $100 million that we already gave to Sybil, which doesn't make any sense, but I think allows us to progress the game. Nico says that she looked up the canonical ages of the soda poppers, and they're all in their mid-30s. Yeah, time, it makes fools of us all, is sort of a problem.
Where are we going, Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh boy!
I mean, frankly, I feel like they appear to be my contemporaries, don't you think? Mid-30s? No, I'm going to regret this because I'll have to walk the long way around the desk for no reason at all. Yeah, see, like, this isn't how, like, money works. But, like, all that's gonna do is get us the truth serum.
I don't know how you guys did it, but I just got a huge check from the government.
I am literally the president.
It's not easy to perfectly preserve weenies that predate the discovery of fire.
Not to mention the teeming microcosm growing in the bathroom. We're considering making it a national wildlife preserve.
Now I can finally finish my satellite defense system.
So we can have the truth serum?
Sure. Let me dig it up from the labs.
This is a bottle of vodka.
But it works. Trust me. Trust me. Get a couple of shots of that in somebody, and they'll tell you all their secrets.
Thanks, Bosco.
Got it. So instead of giving Wizard soda, we're gonna give him alcohol. Now we'll solve our problem. It says that she looked at the trivia section to find the origin of the name Soda Poppers. And apparently, Peeper's French name is Dick My Balls. Well, his father is Richard, of course, so going by Dick makes sense. Is there something else about that I should find remarkable? As I stated earlier, clearly my brain's not working. I'm just getting mad about everything. And like in a completely more hostile and different way than usual.
We're off to the White House.
Oh boy!
So now we start a war between the Trace Dakotas. With a bottle of vodka. I don't know. It's not Rafiq's finest hour, but we're gonna get the job done.
Care for a drink?
It's soda, right? You brought more soda.
Sure, why not?
There's no way you would, like, accidentally drink an entire bottle of vodka thinking it was soda. And not, like, vomit.
Ones. Thanks, Sam and Max. You guys are my best friends.
Now can we get back to the deliberation?
What's the point? You still think Peeper's idea is stupid.
Stupid? You never told me you thought my idea was stupid.
He said your idea of adding Herbert Hoover hugging the 4 other presidents was the stupidest thing he'd ever heard.
Well, it is. Hoover wasn't even a president, which means he certainly wasn't the most loving of all the presidents.
Well, at least I didn't suggest putting a parking garage in George Washington's forehead, like some 4-eyed freaks I know.
You
big...
Of course you realize this means war!
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 I think he fell down. Oh, it means war. Not really, just surprised because it's very different from English to French. I was teasing a bit, obviously, that's pretty fun.
Is this the DEFCON klaxons ring? A flashing light above the
Oh, he moved quick.
door, there's just one thing it could mean. War. Oh, what is it good for? What is it good? It's good for you. Good for you. It's good for me.
Yes, Cotillion, you're having a stroke. Nothing abnormal is happening right now, so if it seems odd, then you are the one having trouble, not me.
It shows the world that we've got stones and carriers with fighter drones. Rodeo war. Oh, what is it good for? It's good for you. It's good for me.
Can a stroke be contagious? Yes. In fact, I think it's hitting me a little bit.
Picture it.
It's like the end of Somnium Files all over again. I mean, I see the comparison. Do you think this is better, worse, or roughly equivalent? Might be worth noting at this point that I believe that while they don't all have a full-on musical number, each of the episodes we've played so far has had a uniquely made song in it. They like made a theme song for the Soda Poppers, I think, in the first one that mainly only played over the end credits. Situation Comedy had the song that Sam sings. It's a pretty long number. And then last week we had the, like, introductory casino number.
Well,
let's not do that again.
Any questions?
I don't want to know how old that is. Odd. Max, have you been dieting?
Any other things that will actually let me scan? It occurred to me once I triggered that cutscene that I should, like, scan some things, as there might be funny dialogue, but it seems like he's mostly just not going to care about anything.
I don't want to know how old that is. I don't want to know how old that is.
I guess we don't want to know how old anything is. I have a question. Why? Well... Anyway, I don't know. I mean, like, so Sam & Max Hit the Road had some music in it, right? Had, like, the unfortunate Conroy Bumpus number. It had the explanation of famed naturalist John Muir. I don't recall... I mean, again, I've only seen, like, some scattered episodes of the Sam & Max animated series at this point, despite owning the whole series on DVD. I don't recall them having, like, a major musical theme there. One of my favorite things in Season 2, though, is one of the musical numbers from that season. Yeah, I probably should have scanned the Soda Kids, because I imagine that that's probably where those age figures you mentioned came from. Let's just go in the war room, I guess. Like, legitimately, saltiness about how, like, crude the coding is for solving the puzzle of the guy guarding the door. It just feels like an entirely unnecessary, like, I like the idea of, like, making, like, dubbing someone secretary and then, like, that having an effect on them. Like, that I think is fun and fine. If the door doesn't open when I get rid of the guy, it's just like locking a key in a drawer. It just literally prolongs the game for no benefit. Like, there's nothing interesting about that. I also don't know why that rat hole is here, since Jimmy Two Teeth, like, is not appearing in this entire season. Did they, like, did he get canceled? Did they cut him out of these games and I just forget what he was supposed to do before? I think there's a dunce hat. Can I wear that? Doesn't seem like I can.
Look, Max, in the White House garden pond. It's Jimmy Two Teeth.
We often allow lobbyists to use the pool, Sam.
Jimmy's a lobbyist now? What's he lobbying for? Cheese interests?
Affordable health care for the aged and underprivileged, Sam. He's a lot more multifaceted than you give him credit for.
Yes, I missed your comment that Secret Service was eating donuts in the bathroom, which definitely true. Also, you're right. Speak of the devil, and there he is in a periscope.
Where are we going, Sam?
That's how we leave, is to look at...
No place. Never mind. The Civil War in the Dakotas seems to be escalating, Max.
Let them thin out the overpopulation of moose and strip malls for a few weeks, and then we'll step in.
Shouldn't there be some kind of general or advisor or something?
Has fallen to the West Dakotan militia.
Oh no! That will wipe out the country's crucial snow and slush reserves!
Your compassion for your people is heartwarming, Mr. President.
Yeah, that's kind of my point, Neko, right? Like, why would that guy have stopped us going in if the reason he wasn't letting us go in was because of war? Now, I think the reason that he would have given us if we did this first and then made him then left his puzzle for later is that his orders came from the guy riding on Lincoln's shoulder. But, like, again, my feeling is just that that's, like, an unnecessary puzzle. It doesn't contribute anything to the plot. Like, yes, it technically makes it harder to get to the end of the game, but it, like, isn't logical, and it's not motivated by anything that makes sense in context of the game. So, like, I genuinely think it's, like, kind of a bad puzzle. Like, if doing that lets you get in here, I'm fine with it. If they wanted the war were declared in the Dakotas to be it, then, like, I don't feel like he needs to be in it. Can I have cookies?
It's a plate of fancy cookies.
For the discriminating general with a sweet tooth and a taste for vengeance.
How old are the cookies?
I don't want to know how old that is. I don't want to know how old that is.
I can't help but feel like we just, like, ran out of time here. I feel like there's a lot of potential for, like, age jokes with this carbon dating gun, and we're just not getting there. Oh, I do like these screens that just say war and provide no information. That's pretty good.
What to do in time of war. Select target, press fire. That's all it says.
Third edition.
Looks like a remote homing beacon in the frigid Antarctic.
So peaceful, so serene.
Want to blow it up?
You have to ask?
I think it'll let me blow up many things.
Dinner special tonight? Penguin flambe.
Who would have suspected the Washington Monument is really a self-replenishing supply of intercontinental ballistic missiles?
It's good
Everyone,
to see it used
right,
for something
Chad?
more useful than corny innuendo for once.
I wonder if this will have a significant impact on our delicate ecosystem.
Absolutely. My ego is bigger already.
Oh, good. I'm glad we got that out of the
Homing
way.
beacon to the Kremlin doesn't seem to be working. It was probably turned off in the spirit of Glasnost.
More likely those lazy commie bastards forgot to change the batteries.
Lazy former commie bastards, Max.
What happens if I push the button if the beacon's
There's
not
no
working?
beacon for the missile to lock onto.
Then we'll
Fair
just
enough.
have to do this the slow way. Lock and load, Sam! We're off to Red Square!
Some other time, little buddy. It's the distant, peaceful world of Krypton.
They mock us with their utopian society of crystal cities and absentee parents. They must be exterminated!
Hideous says, I'm not sure if we have a lot of humor out of the carbon gun. I think the hot dog joke used all of it. Well, my point being, like, I feel like you could write more. Not that I, at this point, think there's more in the game, because it feels like I pointed at literally anything, and he's just like, I don't know. And at that point, like, it should just, like, probably leave my inventory. But, like, it seems like if you had more time or whatever, you could, like, put in some more jokes about carbon dating.
This'll teach him to put me in the Phantom Zone. You will bow down before me.
Estimated time of impact, 26
Better
million
pull up a
years.
chair, little buddy. Well, what do you know? Bosco was right. The government really has been targeting his store for destruction.
Won't he be glad when we tell him?
What do you say we keep this to ourselves, Max?
You're right. We don't want to ruin the surprise.
I want to see if there's any others before we do this, because I feel like this might take us to the next stage of the thing. Nope, okay. That is, in fact, the last one. So now that we've secured him a loan of $100 million, like a small loan of $100 million, he should have a system in place to deflect a missile targeted at him. Now, why this is set up in such a way that we don't just fire the missile directly at Abraham Lincoln, I don't know. Again, it does kind of feel like we maybe rushed the construction of this chapter a bit more than the others.
Attention, Bosco shoppers. Clean up in aisle everything.
Would you look at that? Bosco's satellite defense system actually works.
Well played, Bosco. You're safe. But for how long?
Now, he said that he upgraded BTAS, which was a system that, like, took things that were supposed to go into the store and get rid of them. I mean, he did mention contact to the satellite network, but I figured that was for, like, targeting purposes. Why have we created our own problem? He says, as long as they don't put in jokes about carbon dating bread, then it would be stale. Yes. So how do I break that system, I guess, becomes the question.
Jimmy Two Teeth seems to be in...
He's enjoying the 4 freedoms, Sam. Freedom from responsibility, freedom from conscience, freedom from hygiene, and freedom from work.
Those are pretty good freedoms.
Where are we going, Sam?
Back to the office.
Oh, I know what we have to do. If we take the beacon and then put it on Abraham Lincoln, then we'll have added an unnecessary step to our Halloween process, but we'll accomplish the expected goal in the end. So now we know that the beacon is, like, under his camera or whatever. And we'll just take it. We'll just take it? Got distracted by wieners. That's right, I was talking about wieners.
Look,
beacon.
Stuck to the camera. That must be the homing beacon for the intercontinental ballistic missiles aimed at Bosco's store.
What was that?
He said, that must be the best price on baby wipes I've ever seen.
Got him. Now hang on. I know what to do, at least in theory. I don't know how restrictive it will be to applying that during the car chase, but I imagine it'll be pretty straightforward. But, since it's on my person, there should be at least one thing we can try for comedic effect.
We're off to the White House.
Oh boy!
Which is currently in my pocket. If I fire the big red button of death, what do you think will happen? And the answer is we must find out for science. Well, I guess that's not really the answer because we'll find out the answer. For science.
The picture's black. I guess that's because the targeting beacon is in my pocket. I'm not pushing that while the targeting beacon is in my pocket.
Aw.
I'm not pushing that while the...
I was hoping we would get at least slightly more interesting dialogue than that. I mean, I didn't expect it to actually blow us up. But, like, I thought we might have a fun exchange with Max or something.
Where are we going, Sam?
After that rampaging Lincoln.
Yes!
Only the soda poppers were here. You could get Dick My Balls to hold the beacon. I could certainly try. We seem to have replaced horn button with attached, like, missile guidance beacon.
Nice toss, Max. We'd better act fast before he manages to knock off the beacon.
Or choose his own back off to escape. Where are we going,
That does seem
Sam?
pretty likely.
We're off to the White House.
Oh boy!
See, now saying back to the office is slightly misleading because we could be going to the Oval Office, which is also our office. That one was for Neko. That one was for me.
Looks like the targeting beacon is still stuck on Lincoln.
This is a pretty impressive temper tantrum, Sam. At this rate, he'll have enslaved all of D.C. and most of Baltimore by tomorrow morning.
Gads, you're right, Max. Still, I think we should stop him.
We haven't got anything better to do.
Mr. President?
Don't mind if I do.
Quick, let's go.
Shouldn't we revel a little?
We don't want to miss this.
You'll all do my bidding. I am the most powerful presidential monument ever created!
Oh no, my hubris! Why?
Whee! Gee, that was better than feeding laxatives to pigeons on parade days.
We broke 2 presidents in one afternoon.
A personal best.
Well, it looks like the country is saved, at least from mass hypnosis. What do you want to do now?
Let's abuse
Learn
my
how to milk a
powers
cow?
as leader of the free world to squeeze the middle class until they're burning their own shoes for heat.
Sounds fun, but I was thinking we could treat ourselves to some chocolate-frosted gut bombs and then have a little target practice down at the Smithsonian.
Sam, you're my best friend.
Agent Chuckles, report. Query status. Lincoln Gambit, 4-7. Query not acknowledged and acceptable timeout parameters. Error. 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 Error.
Greatest president ever. It would definitely save me a lot of time in terms of figuring out how to vote for the primary if Max was on the ballot. I mean, do I expect him to do what's in the best interest of the public at large? Nah, but I don't know how I could not vote for him, you know. Most powerful monument ever uncreated. Sick burn mom, indeed. Yeah, a little torn on that one. I mean, like, I really do. I feel like the joke writing was pretty high quality. I mean, especially early on. I think it tapered off a little bit toward the end, but like even stuff like just like the very concept of the beacons and the missiles pretty good. There's a lot of good in here. I do think that the puzzles were like less intuitive and like less well put together, just sort of in general. I do like the idea of like tampering with Abraham Lincoln's speech like Ron Burgundy, which is like the thing I most remembered about this because I got really stuck on one of those cards. I think it was the same one that I took a little longer to find this time around. Actually, no, the one that held me up might have been the tank one, because that one is like really subtle. The like, give me all you got or whatever. That being said, we've completed this chapter, and if Abe Lincoln must die, then mission accomplished. I hope you've enjoyed this. I don't know what's up with Chatbox these days. Just does that. Just clears chat. I didn't touch nothing. I didn't do nothing. And yeah, we only dropped frames that one time for no discernible reason. Thanks, internet connection. But yeah, I mean, like, even though I got a little bit grumpy about that, I think that has more to do with my own emotional state. I do think, like, this is a little weaker overall than maybe all the other ones in the season so far. I do think it's probably, like, pretty close to the last one, but I also like the last one. I do think, I don't know, my recollection is sort of that, like, Season 2 was, like, the most balanced. I don't know that it was necessarily, like, the funniest at all times, but I feel like the puzzles were, like, more consistently coherent and that sort of thing. Like, I kind of remember Season 3 being a little more like this. But we'll see when we get there, because, again, it's been, like, many years. Many years. But, yeah, I mean, I think considering the intensity of these past few weeks and the fact that did take us like a full usual street, like will probably end in just a moment. Yeah, I mean, like, even when the puzzles aren't necessarily up to par, I think that the writing has, at least thus far, consistently propped it up. Like, I think there were a lot of good jokes in this. And again, one of the things I always find with the Sam & Max games is that, like, if you don't play them a ton, like, the inundation of the jokes will cause you to sort of just, like, forget the jokes. It's the same thing that happens, at least to me, when I see, like, a really good, like, stand-up show, which is, like, if the overall show is, like, of a consistently high quality, then, like, I'll really only be able to remember, like, one or two jokes, which ultimately, weirdly, is like the same effect as if there's only one or two really good jokes. But But yeah, I think I'm going to go try to be less mad about things. I don't think I'm going to accomplish that because I have to go research politics, which sucks. I hate it. But before I could do that, of course, we have to wrap up the stream, and that means that you all have an opportunity to try and locate the secret Squirtle, because somewhere on the couch behind me is hidden some number of secret Squirtles. If you're able to locate a secret Squirtle, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. Forgot most of the jokes in this. I mean, a lot of the ones that really got me good were like toward the beginning of the chapter. But like, yeah, I don't know. Hey, if you want to relive the jokes from this installment of the game, you can go ahead and watch this on YouTube, which I will probably post in a slightly more timely manner than this week when they got posted yesterday. And then maybe like the video. And then maybe some other person on Earth will find these someday. Had more of this 100% juice apple than I expected. Yeah, any final guesses? I'm gonna get to it. Now the funny thing is, in my recollection of Telltale Sam & Max Season 1, now known as Sam & Max Save the World, I sort of remembered the last chapter being the one that comes next. I kind of don't remember what happens in the one after that. It's presumably pretty important, since it ends the story. But, like, I only remember, like, one thing that happens in it, and it's a joke that I misattributed to Chapter 5. So I don't know. But we'll find out in another couple weeks. Worth noting, tomorrow we'll be streaming Super Mario RPG, and we're getting somewhat close to the end of that game. I would say that at most we probably have 2 more streams. There's potential that we could finish it tomorrow, but I mean that's up to like how much goofing around there is left to do that people have interest in and the like. But I think that's true. I think it is possible that we could finish that tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see what guesses we have here. We have new bunny friends, a cool spot. And I thought I saw another one in here. Ah, poo. There we go. Poo. I have reading comprehension. I'm not using it, but I do have it. Let's go take several looks. Cool. Let's start with Pooh. This is our special Easter Winnie the Pooh. He has a tiny Easter basket with a chocolate bunny in it. He's also very round and has great ears. He's very good. He is indeed concealing a secret Squirtle. And we have a couple guests sort of revolving around this area. We have our affectionately known cool spot, the blue circle with cool glasses. And also, look at this lovely lady. This is the Squishmallow rabbit that is made out to be a chocolate rabbit. It's very cute. I like it a lot. And also, it may not surprise you that there's a secret Squirtle there as well. In fact, all of our Easter friends were concealing Squirtles this time, because might as well. Squirt. The structural integrity of the bread has been compromised. I'm afraid so, Arcadius. But if it's any consolation, chocolate rabbit. Ted calls her Denora, but she's just the cutest chocolate bunny. She hosts a podcast with her chocolate bunny besties. They discuss their favorite mystery series and create all kinds of fan theories with listeners. If you're caught up on most Northwest mountains, call Denora and tell her what you think happens next. That is so weirdly specific. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming out. I hope you have enjoyed some more Sam and Max. I continue to look forward to playing all of these, even when they don't quite live up to my expectations of puzzle quality. But I think the next one, I think I remember the next one being like pretty clever. I don't know if I remember it being especially good or bad, but like I appreciate the concept for it. So hopefully we have a good time with that next Friday. As I said, tomorrow we'll have some more Super Mario RPG, the remaster of the classic Super Nintendo Mario RPG game that I think is sort of pivotal to some of those characters' backgrounds in more modern Mario games. I've really been enjoying playing through that, especially since we've gotten past most of the mini games, which I don't like very good. Yeah, we may finish that tomorrow. I think it's a little more likely we do it next week, but I'm not entirely sure. But join for that if you can or if you like. In the meantime, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, take care of yourselves and remember that you are clawsome.